And we're live.
3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to the Arcade Hangout, episode number 144, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
Sounds right. Okay, 144. 44% more than the other arcade podcast. Oh, yes, I forgot to say, we're the longest-running arcade live podcast.
Live arcade podcast on YouTube, yes.
Yeah, on YouTube, yes, on the internet.
We have to be specific, because if we're not, then we're not the longest running, because there's other people that have
live
longer.
Yeah, we're not live podcast.
You can't say the internet.
Yeah.
With 100% more women than everybody else. We are a group of friends that like to get together once a week, usually, and talk about video games, arcade games, our collections, our MAME cabinets, our stuff that's in our belly button. Whatever we want to talk about, we talk about.
I haven't checked my belly button in weeks. I don't know, man. That's kind of scary.
You better check it.
Or in my case, a couple times a year.
So we just came back. It's been about, well, I guess almost 2 weeks, or a week, I should say. We skipped a week. From our event that we hosted this year, along with Steve, Idaho Farmer at Grinkfest, Idaho, Eagle, Idaho. It's our 6th event, and it just, I don't know, I think it gets better every year. I had a freaking blast.
I love seeing the comments, too. A lot of people are saying that as well.
Oh, yeah, especially the new people. Yeah, that's what I get. I get the biggest kick to read. I haven't posted anything on there yet, but I've been my work blocks that shit, so I have to look at it on my phone now, but yeah, I was reading people's comments, like the first timers, like, this is my first year. I had such a great time, and you know, the sandwiches are so good, and everybody's so nice, and it's so cool to see the person's face with the person's avatar and figure that out, you know, who everybody is. And I don't know, I just get a kick out of reading all the positive comments. I didn't read anybody that read, "Oh, Arcade Hangout are a bunch of assholes."
No one half the time. No one posted a thread on Clav like you did about Cax.
Yeah. Hey. Let's not go there, Andrew. I went to Cax last year, and it was a good time too. So I've changed my opinion.
Rescinded.
Yeah, I rescinded all that. Kaylin's still mad at me about that. Anyway, yes, Grinkers. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room and ask everybody what their favorite moment is. And does anybody want to start with their favorite moment?
Booze Hound's return.
Hey, Jim.
I guess Jim's back.
Hey, guys. We are on the soundboard.
Yes, we've got our sound effects guy, Fred Norris from the Howard Stern Show's here.
I need sunglasses. Oh, wait, I'm not wearing sunglasses. We went over that.
And so, yeah, we're going to talk about our favorite moments. So if you guys can come up with your favorite moment.
Shit.
And Andrew, do you want to start?
And actually, real quick in the IRC, too. Like, I know we got a bunch of people who are.
Yes, you can give your favorite moments.
Please, IRC, like, give us some of your favorite moments. Because, you know, Brian. Seabart, so you're on here, right?
Yep.
I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Fucking Seabart.
Fucking. I have so many favorite moments. Actually, fucking Seabart was pretty hilarious.
Well, we could give your favorite top one, and you can come back to it and talk about the other ones.
All right. Well, my top one is like kind of like my big one though. So it's like
the big one.
It's the big one, right? It was kicking Matt Hall's ass at I mean, how could
forgot about that?
How could
last quarter, last hour,
yeah?
All right, so tell the whole story.
I know
the whole story, Andrew.
All right,
some people weren't there, so
yeah. So
first talk about the event of the game. You know, that was the paid event game.
So we did an experiment this year based on a theme that we'd come up with a couple of years ago, because so many of us have Whackos, that we wanted to do a tournament with Whacko, because it's a fairly uncommon game, and the fact that so many of us had it is kind of bizarre.
We were going to do it on the show, but
we were going to do the show.
I want to have one.
But you love
a Cheyenne, though.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So
rather long.
So we've been talking for a long time about doing this Kong off.
Yeah, 2 years, I think.
Whack off thing. And we finally made it happen at Grinkfest this year, and I would say it was a huge success. We Clint's here. You probably know maybe how many people participated with us, and you can chime in at some point with that.
On the arcade site.
If my sound works, can you hear me?
You sound
we
awesome.
got you.
Yay!
That's a beaut, Clark.
Yep.
There's Clint.
Thanks, guys.
So
Clint was our official referee, if people don't know.
For the whole event, and has
the whole
been for
It makes it legit.
the last 6 years. Yeah.
Yep.
So we decided to do this tournament with Whacko, just basically who can post the best score in this one game the whole weekend. And going into it, I did not expect to win. And when I started seeing the scores that people were putting up on it, I was like, well, I can't win. My best score ever at Whacko was 110. And I haven't even done it. 110. And that was not even here at home because my Whackos never really worked that super awesome. I think my best score here is like 90,000. That was at Zyla's place at Hyperspace that I put that score.
Oh, wow.
So, So when I got there and the tournament started, I think it was midday Friday. I got there and someone had already put up. Well, Matt Hall had already put up like 160,000, and second place they put up like 148. And I was like, well, fuck, man, these guys have already put up 2 scores that are way better than my best ever score. So it was really just all about, like, let's just have fun and play the game. And then I put up a good 3rd place, felt okay about that. But then an hour before the tournament closed, we had a guy come up, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name.
Yeah.
I literally met him.
He was a friend of Brett's from Vector Volcano.
Okay.
So one of the employees there.
So he came up and he was like, he wanted to join the tournament like last minute. He had 1 hour left to play. Yeah. So we took his $10 for registering at the door and then let him play. And I think I was just on my first beer at that point, and I walked back in and I was like, I want to put up one more score. I'm going to try and do a score that's good enough to beat 2nd place. And so the dude that was had just registered, he played for about a half an hour. So again, it was an hour
so he
left.
got a few shots in.
He got a few shots. Just let him play the game. I drank my first beer. It was like just, and then at 7:30, I was like, all right, let me get my last game in. And after he finished playing, I went and dropped a quarter.
Can you back up though? Because I want you to point out that we went outside. This is earlier. We went outside to take our pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And Matt Hall comes up to you. And he's chuckling. And he's like, "Yeah, I just got."
Well, yeah, no, I mean, so we're taking the picture, right? And Matt Hall was like over there, like, I think he was getting his Whack Off T-shirt, and I put it in his hand, and I was like, "You're a son of a bitch."
Because he already had like 150 something.
He had a 160 something, and he put up a 215.
Yeah.
And I heard it as 250. So I'm like, holy shit.
215, 200.
Yeah. So he put up a 215, and I was like, dude, so I said, you're just a son of a bitch. And he looked at me right in the eye, and he's like, yep.
Neener.
And I was like, all right. So so that's it. Thank you for interjecting there. That's a really good point. But yeah, he pushed the score all the way up to 215. So
because I asked you earlier, I'm like, what do you think you can do? Because at that point you had like a 150, I think.
No, I had like I was in 3rd place. I had like a 130 something,
38 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And because we were in the car, and I'm like, well, what can you?
Yeah.
How well do you think you could do? And you're like, on a really good day, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm sure I could beat that 148. It's only 10,000 better, but like I feel like I would need like a week of playing.
Yeah.
To push it that much further. So fucking Matt Hall put up that 215. I was like, going back in there, I'm gonna shoot for that 148. If it works, I'm gonna play one game and then walk away and then be done. And we're coming up on the end of the tournament. And the tournament ended at 8 o'clock. So 7:30, dropped that one in the last quarter, and I basically played for the next 30 minutes, solid, and I put up a 223. I think it was.
I thought it was 238.
238, 100.
You guys.
238, 100.
I've got the score right here. 231.
So I put Matt Hall down by like 23,000 points.
Yeah, I remember walking by. So the cutoff is basically 8 p.m. But if you're in the middle of a game, you can finish the game and the score will count on Saturday night.
No.
Andrew turns.
I thought it did.
Maybe for the Whack Off, that's the case.
Andrew, because Clint was explaining that if you go over 12 midnight, you're just
that was the night before.
Qualified for that.
But I thought like at the very end at 8 p.m.
No.
Oh, he's in here.
Yeah. Told me,
I stand corrected.
Told me the game I played after a certain time.
Nothing. You lose.
Yeah.
Good day, sir.
Well, it was right at 8 o'clock when Andrew finished.
At 12 midnight and at 8 p.m. all games must be finished.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Nicely.
That's why we have Clint.
All
He has integrity, unlike us.
Keep
hands
that
off.
shut up.
You also have to start eating your sandwiches and drinking your last beer. The place.
Pencils
and I
down,
was
hands
Andrew,
up.
I'm like, Andrew, if you go further than 8 o'clock, you got to just like die. You're done.
Right, and I was on my last guy anyway at that point.
Yep. No,
so we were done. But yep. So that definitely was the high point of the weekend because there was no way that I was going to beat that score, and I put up my personal best by way far, and I think I'm second place now in arcade.
Oh.
Well, I was watching. I found out because I was watching the projector near the end, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So yeah, that was a totally unexpected, super awesome thing that happened.
You never know about what will happen.
I've got the score list pulled up on here. So yes, the top score on Orcade was set in August of last year, 256-150. Is the top score on the Orcade side.
Easy.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that I have maxed out Whacko difficulty. Like at the point that I was playing,
whacking.
It really wasn't getting any harder at all. I was really just running levels. Yep.
So many joke opportunities.
Drink deep.
I know, right?
That's the whole reason why we wanted to do this.
Well, all right. So now, were the settings at all? Clint, did you alter? What were the settings for Whacko? Because I didn't play. That's the only tournament I paid to enter, and I didn't play.
The Orcade site uses the default settings.
Okay.
Which is 3 lives. You get a bonus life at 20,000 and an additional life every 60,000 points, and the difficulty level is at a standard 3. So what you guys were supposed to play on was just standard, regular default settings.
Right.
God, Clint, your voice is beautiful with this microphone setup.
Right.
It's tickling.
Imagine how well it would sound if I had a microphone like yours.
You'd be like Tom Arnold. No, I'm just kidding.
She didn't say Roseanne Barr.
I'd be like Darth Vader.
Oh
no. So
I don't alter it any further.
I always forget that Clint does.
Yes, I can do that too.
Impressions, yeah. But yeah, so definitely beating our long-standing belt holder at a game that he likes. Apparently, he signed up for the tournament, and he was like, "I really like Whacko." I was like, "Fuck."
That's his starter game.
Yeah, it's his starter game.
Like that game.
That's so. It's like, shit. All right, well, that's cool.
I had a similar moment that same day. Me and Mike playing him at Street Fighter. Mike was cheating, so he was struggling. I was buzzed heavily, but I had much better luck. But he didn't give me the starter character thing, but he did give me the this is a tough match. Like a tough matchup, you know.
I remember you came running back up to the bar to get more quarters. I got to go back and play Street Fighter. I'm kicking Matt's ass.
At least we can kick his ass at something.
Well, and the thing is that compounds that feeling is that the fact that we're all drinking and he's not. Yeah.
That's something to think about.
Yeah. But yeah, so that Saturday was a good day.
Why you slip him a Mickey in his drink?
Hey, we don't know him that well. We don't know what's going to happen.
One tab of acid.
It could backfire tremendously.
That's how we have better scores next year.
we're gonna dose the winners. Sorry about that.
Drink this soda.
We're gonna alter the curve.
Yeah,
man, it's tough to pick up one like a top one. I think we're gonna just end up having to tell we're all just gonna go back and forth and tell multiple stories because I can't think of like one
Yeah, I probably got
Right.
half a dozen.
It's- yeah, that's way too much pressure.
It is.
So we'll just go.
Way too much
We'll just take turns. Like we'll
Yeah.
go through, cycle through
Yeah,
everyone.
no
and then-
particular order.
until we run out of until we run out of memories or we fall asleep.
Yeah.
Did you? So Andrew, did you talk about the shirt? Did you talk about the whack off shirt?
Not yet. So
Yeah.
in summation, I whacked off the champion.
Yeah. Sorry,
Little
second
reach around.
punchline.
And I came out on top.
He's not hard anymore.
Oh.
Nope, I'm fully satisfied. But yeah, and we did make shirts for which actually are UV sensitive. And are they glow in the dark? I didn't actually check that.
I think so.
Yeah.
The green
Are
at
they-
least.
I'll
dot
check that.
Oh,
one
I
outside.
did not know that.
Turn off your lights
Oh, yeah,
and stand
oh,
next to your Tron.
They
and
are
see.
definitely.
There's just a
Right?
big
Yeah.
dick outlined on the back.
Oh my God, that was funny.
in dots, yeah.
We get such kudos for that.
Yeah, so I'll see if this is UV sensitive. But yeah, we made the t-shirts, which I was very excited for. But yeah, it's definitely UV at least. I don't know if it's glow in the dark or not. I'll find out.
Hide your name somewhere in there.
Did anyone read what Dave Lope said in the IRC?
Oh.
My favorite moment was when I almost threw up when I saw Buffett's naked shirt. his nipples were almost under his armpits.
Oh.
I liked his other shirt too. The like.
The man
Yes.
one. I
Yeah.
walked up to Buffett and I'm
furry
like,
guy.
man, it's like looking at you through a window.
Yeah, that was funny.
All right, I'm gonna go find out this glow in the dark.
All right.
So one of my favorite moments
Ben's
is
terrible.
when after we did our group photo, how we all took off to Buffalo Wild Wings to have Buffett
Oh yeah.
making a Buffett,
Wing
and
off.
our buddy Leo have a
Yeah, where's
Buffalo
Leo?
wing off.
Yeah.
Because the backstory to that is when we all went to
Colorado.
Yeah, Leo was able to eat like 32 wings
shit.
and just
Mr.
like just like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, I could probably eat like another 10, 20 more. I'm like, okay. And then Buffett's like, well, I can eat a lot of wings too. And so we're like, well, let's have a wing off. So loser has to pay the tab. So we all go to Buffalo Wild Wings after the big group photo. And we had this long table. And Andrew and I were sitting across from each other doing the counter with our phones. And they had they ordered 2 large wings. Buffett
Hey,
got
Andrew,
all teriyaki. There we go. There's a
Present
picture.
me.
Yeah,
And-
I was looking for those photos.
And and then Leo got half hot, half mild, and Andrew and I would count. I was counting Leo, and they're counting Buffett, and it was crazy. And I think Leo just rushed it because in Colorado, he went kind of. He didn't go slow, but he went steady, and he still could have eaten more. I think he was racing because the pressure was on or something, and then you could tell he was hurting. He was hurting.
Yeah.
But he was like 5 or 6 wings ahead of Buffett, and Buffett was just a machine. He was just like,
Yeah.
and then
Well, and he neatly packed them in.
I know.
Yes.
You should present me.
Yeah.
Well, the ending count, as you can see from the photos, was 45 to 36, which is
Oh.
still incredible. I can barely eat like 6 to 8 wings.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I know, right?
so
Yeah.
that's just crazy. Yeah.
Leo said, I can't remember what she was in here. He said something like, I came up to him and I made some sort of joke. He's like, oh, I got to tell you, at that point, I almost just lost it and threw up all over the place. I can't remember what I said.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Over the table and everything.
I can't remember what I said, but yeah.
Well, I knew that Leo would be in trouble at the beginning when we were talking rules, and Buffett said one of the
Yeah.
rules is we don't have to eat the cartilage. I love the cartilage, but I can't because of my teeth. And I'm like, oh shit, Leo, dude, you're going down.
I was voting for the underdog, so
Yeah.
I was like rooting for Leo. Leo needed
I think
some support.
Leo hadn't had anything
Yeah.
to eat he was
All day.
fasting.
He didn't eat all day.
Oh, man.
It was fun though.
Probably didn't help him though.
Tell the story about how Buffett had like 3 sub sandwiches before that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, did he really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
Buffett had 6 appetizers before that.
I already ate 36.
I sure am
wings.
glad I was not rooming with those guys. That's all I got to say.
Oh my
man.
god!
All right.
Right?
Can you imagine the food baby later?
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Melting the toilet.
Flasher, man.
Giant log.
You're gonna hear it crying, but it's not. Yeah.
I wondered why the toilet was clogged.
I can see the head.
It
just won't flush.
It would just come out there. It would just come out going.
Yeah. We're gonna have to perform a C-section.
But that was probably my favorite moment, just because it was different than every other year. Dude, we've never done something like that before, and it was just—I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
it was only
that was fun.
We crammed a lot into that Saturday. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that took going off campus, and that was probably a 20-minute drive. So just the drive alone.
All of us too, a whole huge group. I mean, do we have anybody have the picture of all of us down the table? That was
yeah. I don't think I had that one. There was like 16 or 18 of us there.
It was
let me check.
Yeah, I might have it.
No.
Yeah, oh yeah, and we mentioned in the IRC about that. Buffett. I think he had this magic juice. He had the tea. He had iced tea, but with the grenadine in it.
Grenadine.
So that he wouldn't have to go.
That's like 64 ounces or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he had
I know, because I told him if he did that shit, I was gonna fucking stab him in the neck.
So here's I have a picture of all of us. I don't know if you can.
There you go.
But it's
focus
on the table.
Yeah, although this way Buffett would appreciate not being focused on.
Right.
He's just
okay.
blurry, bearded blur.
Oh, sorry. Here.
Upload to my Slack.
Buffett, but I'll crap out Buffett.
Not so close to
yeah.
That's a blur.
Yeah,
blurry.
it's censored.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a good time though. That was fun.
But
now we got to find a contender for Buffett. So if anybody out there thinks he can eat more than,
I'm telling you, the fat guy in Pango.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That dude could swallow a fridge.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Come on now.
Oh man.
I didn't even hear.
We just lost a viewer.
Yeah.
And we only have like 6 too. Fuck.
Well, I was impressed that Buffett.
That counts as 2 viewers.
I thought it was a really
choker.
I thought it was a smart move that in the beginning Buffett got a damp cloth. So like he was fucking prepared. He had 2 things of his sweet tea.
He told me that he does that every time he goes too. He always asks for a cloth.
Well, that makes sense.
Get like
get
the chicken
disgusting.
Yeah, Andrew, I know what you're gonna talk about.
Oh my god, it's so.
We were sitting there. We watched what he ordered. What? Tell him.
Oh god, no. I was just thinking about like the tea. I don't know about the tea, but like no. It was about the rag. It was that he had the rag, and it's like, how many tables?
Yeah,
were cleaned up with that rag.
Oh no, I was talking about the tea. He ordered 2 giant iced teas, and then he ordered a cup of grenadine.
Yeah,
and then he took the grenadine and poured it all into the tea and stirred it in. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That kept him from getting the spoon in the neck.
Yeah. That was a life-saving move. To me, I don't know, because I would think that they would wash those rags with bleach.
I would hope so.
Maybe. I know, right? You'd hope so, but you're right.
A fresh one. He was like, just give me a table rag. I know. I'm sure it was fresh.
That is kind of gross. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it was smart to have a wet rag. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
But
a dry napkin does not clean. No,
and he's got the beard. There's no way like that, and your hands, and so like that was super smart.
Yeah.
The man knows. He knows he can't crunch on the cartilage because of his teeth, and he knows to get a rag. Like Leo was, he was
amateur.
Yeah,
so the winner,
the
winner gets bragging rights, and then the loser, Leo, he had to pay the bill, which I think was like, how much was it? Like $100 or $100? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they started with 2 larges.
Each large is like $20 each, right?
Yeah, and it's about 18 to 20 pieces.
And they started with 4, and Buffett got more.
Yeah,
he ordered more.
That's $100 plus.
Yeah, it's probably about $15 for a large. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And at the very end, Buffett goes, "Well, if the wings here weren't so nasty, I could eat another 20 or so."
Oh, really? I could eat a wing.
I know, and then he says that Chili's has better wings.
Chili's is his favorite. Yeah,
that's his favorite because it's all vinegar-based sauces, I guess.
Yeah, I've never had Chili's wings, so
I haven't.
You have to give credit to Buffett for also eating teriyaki wings. Oh.
Yeah, teriyaki.
Yeah.
And he ate one flavor the whole time too.
Right? The man likes his sweet. He likes his sweet tea. He likes the sweet sauce. Like he's a Southerner. He likes the spicy with the whatever that spice packet, the spices and the Old Bay. Exactly. He likes his Old Bay and he likes the sweet.
All right, so who else has got a Grinker story?
That was fun. Oh,
yeah, I love the wing off.
That was fun.
Yeah. I got
that was definitely the highlight.
Quick little story was at the end of the tournament. It was me, you, and actually Clint. Clint's on here now, and we're filling out certificates. I'm putting them in order, and then Clint announces, and the 10th winner is
the 10.
I wish I'd been there.
Spit my beer all over the back room.
He was and for the main tournament, 10th place.
10th. I noticed he said that. I laughed.
Andrew, somebody watches the show.
Bonnie doesn't get it.
So Andrew, does the shirt light up?
It does not. So
really?
It's UV sensitive, so it lights up, but it doesn't glow in the dark.
Oh, okay.
Got it. Okay. So.
But
Well,
yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
Clint, that you pulled that shit out. I mean, the thing is, like, that's such a serious moment because, like, Clint and I, you and I have been doing these tournaments for a while, doing the gift certificates, and we always sit down. And normally, it's you and me, and no one else is allowed to be anywhere near us.
Correct.
Like as soon as we start, it's like we sit down, we're doing this shit. It's like this is a very private affair. It's a whispery kind of thing.
Yeah.
No one's allowed to be around. But these guys were because they were.
It's a private moment between you two.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's one of my little private takeaways that you guys don't get to hear about, but now you're doing. So, but yeah, so like
Thank you for sharing.
They were around, and you said that was very special.
maybe too rough.
I'm right there with Keith. That was fucking hilarious.
only listeners of the show would get that joke.
Yeah.
Well, I've got lots of favorite moments that were pretty funny and endearing, but one of the ones I got to talk about, and it's related to Whack Off too, was after it was all over, I was walking by Matt Hall, and I've never really talked to him other than kind of say hello real quick. And so I'm like, dude, you got to step up your game next year, because he got dethroned this year by McCallister, right, for the belt.
No.
And then I was like, and you were almost there on the Whack Off, but 34K took you out. And he's like, yeah, man, he's all, normally I can get around 150, 160, and that was like a good game for me, getting the 215 or whatever it was. And he's like, yeah, that was a great score. And then his girlfriend was standing next to him, and he's all, yeah, and she was saying like, too bad it's an awful game, but next year you guys should think about doing Jack the Giant Killer instead.
No.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
And I immediately went out back and saw Andrew and told him. We were just in tears laughing, man. Because there's two ways you can read into that. Wherever you put the off, towards the beginning or towards the end. And it'd just be hilarious. So that was a funny moment that that's one of those things. Some of these people, you don't know them, you just think oh, they're just straight laced and just ultra competitive, but he was pretty funny. He had a sense of humor, so I appreciate that from him. That stuck with me. So
and I didn't mention that at afterwards, when I was talking to him about the score final for the Whack Off, he walked up to me and he grabbed me and he said, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah, really, that is the best.
I think he hangs out with the Coin Rejects guys too. I think they know
Hey,
him.
do we have a picture of this Joshua McCallister guy? He won everything.
John McCallister.
John, sorry. He won everything. I don't even know who he is. Is there any photos?
He's been before to Drinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he won
there's
a few
photo.
times, didn't he?
There's a photo on the Orcade page of John and myself standing together.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't stick around for the trophies at the
No.
end. So did he ever get them?
His friend did come up and take him after I did all the announcement.
Yeah, Sam McNear.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Sam took him.
Gleek, I posted the story about.
Yeah, he's in the group photo. He's number 3, I think, in the group photo. You only see the top half of his face.
By the way, when you guys look at the group photo and you compare it to last year's, does it look bigger, the same, or smaller?
I'd probably say about the same, somewhere around there.
Yep.
I would agree.
But it's like
same.
every year there's a handful of people that are still hungover or sick or they're not interested in the group photo.
Sleeping in a van.
I wonder if they got the Grinkers illness because I didn't this year. I mean, that seems to be a common thing though. Where
I got no Grinkers flu this year.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
I know when I went through the arcade, everyone's really trying to get their scores in and stuff. And I went in, I was telling everybody, group photo to remind people. I'm running through the arcade going, group photo 20 minutes, and I hear people go, ah!
Yeah, leave me alone, right?
Yeah, like leave me the fuck alone. Nah. Like, jeez. So yeah, I don't know if they all made it out or not. Anyone with a lanyard, I said, hey, group photo outside.
Right.
So.
And that I don't Clint, the final numbers of like badge numbers that you got? Was it around 160, 150?
Oh, you're talking about total number of people that registered?
Because you had the badge numbers, right? For record scores. Like, what was the highest number? I know, like around 20 to 25 people, somewhere around there, were staff or local family. So those they weren't really going to be competing.
I didn't register the staff,
right?
But I can still look up to see what the highest badge number was.
Yeah, I want to say it's probably around 150, but so
that sounds about right. I think it is about 150,
and I think there was in the low 90s in that group picture. So it's just 20 plus people are staff that probably are in there running, the bar and stuff. So they weren't out there, but
the highest badge number was 151.
Okay, there you go.
Ah, nice.
So that's about right. About 120.
Mm-hmm.
128 people registered.
Okay.
And
anywhere from 63 to 68 people actually logged a score in a tournament.
Right. Yeah, because again, every year that's the same deal. A lot of people go there just to hang out and have a good time. They're not interested in scoring,
or they don't. or they don't finish all the games. Or...
Everybody takes away from it what they want.
Like Brad didn't play this year. I don't think he played last year either. But he's still there. So that's
right.
But he's registered.
And Sam, when he would go, he didn't play either. He just likes to sit at the corner bar. But
he just got there 2 weeks late.
Yeah, absolutely. So anybody who doesn't know, Sam, who went last year, he sat at the bar the whole time, and this year he shows up. Like a week or two later, he posted a picture in Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It was a little late.
The following weekend,
he's been there since. This is his first year that he's missed. He's been there since Grinkfest too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
he had to go to Portland.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Did he sell any machines? I gotta ask him.
You have to ask him. Yeah.
Yeah. He probably did. I wouldn't doubt it.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah, I seem to play in the tournament about every other year because last year I didn't play at all. And this year, I played every game in all the tournaments.
You did really well, yeah. Awesome. Carrie was out there playing. I saw it.
And it, and it was fun. It's like, well, I like a to-do list, which is probably why this hobby's good for me because it comes with a constant freaking to-do list because things are all breaking. But I had a good time. But I also had a good time last year when I didn't play a single game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think next year I'll abstain again.
Look at this shooter. Who's that? Playing some
but it had some games that everybody. I mean, like Jim, you had a couple games you're good at. Carrie, I mean, Reactor was there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't screen sharing. This is what I meant. There.
Oh,
look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
That was so low. That game was so painfully low.
To use lake levelers. I don't
needs
think
to
either it has no lake levelers or they're all the way flat
down. Yeah, because it was like
I actually went out and I bought pinball ones because the other ones were too short. Like it's up.
Yeah.
That's the only game that I think I haven't maxed out. It's like 4 inches around. No, I
So
mean
you have your set higher than that. Yeah.
Plus, Jim's kind of tall too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Time Runner took Mark took a picture of me. I don't know why he took it out of this weird ass angle. Let me let's see which I need to share.
Name rules.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I was so low that people were tripping over my back leg. Like kids are trying to go back me, and they're like literally like. There was one kid that almost fell over over my back leg as I was playing because I was so fucking sprawled.
Yeah,
my quads were killing me.
Jim, that's so fucking hot.
That's kind of the funny thing too, is seeing people's stances when they play. Like when we did the Nat tournament, how people were standing to play the that beer game. What's it called?
Ice cold beer.
Ice cold beer. Yeah. How the stance, how people like Gleek, I think, was all way out there playing really low. And
well, I play Cheyenne. That's basically my trap shooting stance. I used to be on the trap league when I was like 13, 14. And
trap league.
Hence the 4 billion score.
Yeah, right.
we don't have those in California. Well, at least not the Bay Area.
I used
Jimbo
to love
just
trap
smoked
shooting.
everyone's score on that game, man.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
I'm really upset because I really wanted to watch you play. I wanted to see it live and just.
I played two what I consider long games. And I think Mark was there for both of them. Time Runner.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. That's how that's actually a good segue to my story. Whenever we get to me, I'll tell you.
Go.
It's funny because on both Cheyenne and Super Punch Out, which were games that I wanted to be in the tournament, I voted for that I didn't expect would be in there, but on both of them, my first game was my best game, and so. Was it for the tournament started Friday? So the first day, I walk up there. There was no one, by the way, playing Cheyenne. Like there were people playing it, but like that was probably the easiest game to get on because people are just frustrated with it.
That's so hard.
Yeah, and so I go
and
up
it was
there
uncomfortable to play.
Yeah, it was a leg workout for sure. But I went up there and early on Friday. I'm like, I'll play one game, and so my best score on mine is like 8 million, and that's about a half an hour game, I suppose, 20-30 minutes, I suppose. And so I go up there, and it's not my best game, but I'm feeling pretty decent about it. I'm like, well, that's a good start. It was like 4.5 million, and Clint's right there. He takes it down, and so I'm like, I tap on there, and then Clint's like, so is that your best score on these settings? I'm like, these settings? I didn't notice anything different. I'm like, what did you change? You changed the settings? And Clint gives me this little like evil, I don't know. So I didn't know if he was just fucking. I didn't know.
He does that.
Yeah. It's Montgomery Burns.
Totally Montgomery Burns. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't.
Oh yes, I can do them too.
So I'm
Excellent.
like, is he just fucking with me?
Excellent.
Or so I didn't actually get an answer. So I'm like, I don't think, because I didn't really notice anything, a whole lot different. That was my first game, whatever. So I walk away, and then it starts eating away at me. I'm like, did he change? Are the settings? After people had played it for a while, and no one was putting up like a big score like I was expecting. Like, there's got to be like some big XD shooter, hitters out here, because a couple years back at Grinkers, I remember looking at that, and like the high score was like 7 million, and I'm like, well, if that's some average Joe, someone else is pretty decent at this game, and it could just be a local. So I was expecting big scores in that game, and I walk away, and like throughout the whole day, like no one's even like coming close to that score. And I'm like, okay, Clint, I got to find out, what did you change the settings or not? Like what's going on here? And Clint's like, well, if you consider hardest difficulty, changing the settings. I'm like, what? And then he's like, yeah, but I evened it out by giving the player 1 extra life. So you have 4 instead of 3. I'm like, holy shit. And like, I'd never played on there. And I later on, I started thinking about it. I didn't walk up and play another game till like the next day. And I started thinking about that. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm actually glad he didn't tell me that going into it, because I think that would have messed with my head, knowing that it was a ridiculously hard difficulty. Because then I did play the next day and I got like half that score.
You were intimidated by it.
I think so. I think it was like a head. Like I'm like, is this, now that I know this is on max difficulty.
So wait, so have you jacked up your own game at home and tried it?
No, I haven't.
You got to do that. I'd be really curious to see if you in a home relaxed environment, like, could you put up an even better score
than 4.5? Yeah, maybe
on max.
Well, I'm sure I could. I'd be more comfortable at this height. Yeah. Steve needs to put that thing up on leg. I don't even know if it's probably flat, because when I first got mine, the leg levers were pushed all the way up, like they're fucked up. Either that or they're all the way as low as it gets.
No, it looks like you're playing like a sniper game. You're like silent scope. You're like laying down to fire. Like your legs are fucking.
I know.
Prone.
And I was so exhausted. Like my legs are just killing me. I would have to take a break. It'd be like after the round, okay, and straight up. All right, next round.
And how long were you playing to get that score?
I don't know. Probably like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. I should have looked at a clock. I know that there were people. I don't know if it was Mark or someone was behind me, and they're like, "Oh, it's fun to see this game how it's supposed to be played." Yeah, Matt Hall. Speaking of Matt Hall, I came up to him. It was when we were taking a picture. And I'm like, hey, so Matt, have you played a bit of Cheyenne? Are you gonna attack that game? Because I haven't seen a score listed for you. He's like, oh yeah, I played it. I got like 40,000, and I said, and then I'm like, screw this. I'm not gonna play that again. And so like that was his. He got like 40,000. Second place, yeah. Second place was like, I don't know.
How did McCallister do? Nah.
I don't know. All I know is that second place.
Ask the man.
I think second place was like 400,000. So like I had another digit on that.
I was watching Dave play it. He was showing me how you can keep shooting the bullhead on the wall over and over again to get like 100 points every time. I'm like, shit, why didn't I do that? And I was gonna go back to do that, and I never went around to play it again.
Yeah, there's plenty of you can shoot the lanterns in the mine. Well, you have to if you want to keep, because they dim out after a while. There's a lot of places that you can point press, but I usually don't worry about that until like the third or fourth round of levels, because that bullhead, you said it was like 100 points. By the third round of levels, that's like 7,000 points.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah,
I got you if you're ready.
What?
Matt Hall scored 40,800 points on Cheyenne. Good enough for 8th place. Second place, seventh place. Third place, or second place rather. Second place was David Jury at 425,000. Third place was Till Paris at 72,000.
Yay,
they
Till!
dropped off considerably.
Till's asking me for pointers.
Yeah.
I smoked more the Till this week at Grinkfest than I have in my entire life. Like I think he's finally opened up to me. Like we were chatting quite a bit.
Yeah, Till's cool if you get to know him. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was. Both Mock and Till were giving me pointers on Carnival, and my score. I was never good at it because I think I played all of 3 games, but my score increased dramatically after each. Given the points that
I didn't know that you were supposed to shoot the fucking pinwheel thing. I'm like, why doesn't
that was a good tip? That was a pro tip.
Oh yeah,
can't get to the next level.
Yeah, I showed Carrie you should sit underneath it, so if you miss, it might hit a pipe.
Yeah, Mark told me. Yeah, you told me that too. That was a good tip.
Yeah, Carnival has been in Fun Spot tournaments in years past, so some of the folks know exactly how to play it.
Yeah, that's fun. The rest is fun.
It's a good one to practice on. In other words.
Who picked New York, New York? I want to punch him in the face.
Oh my god, I thought I would love that game. But it was the worst. So
was that you?
There's only one word to describe that game. Boring.
Yes.
No. You guys don't get it, man.
What?
Colony 7. That is the freaking worst game.
That's Coca too.
Oh my god! Yeah, what was the worst? Yeah, what was the worst game?
4
of the
people
tournament? There we
voted on Colony 7. I'm like, what are you people thinking? You know,
I voted on
saw
Colony
your video, Chris. Your video was fucking impressive. That pairing.
Yeah.
I voted on Colony 8 myself.
Yeah. I may have voted on New York, but I've never actually played it before. I was like, oh, that seems like that'd be a cool new one to try, but you never know, right?
I voted Colony 7, but I did not vote New York.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think 3 or 4
I'll say
people
this: we
voted.
didn't have to use any backups on the main tournament.
Yeah, we did. We had to for the Canyon Bomber. Or whatever
that was
for
the
the bronze age.
bronze.
Or not
So.
Canyon Bomber.
you know-
the
Bazooka.
Yeah, you gotta
that was
expect.
sidetrack.
Yeah, the Bronze Age, you got to expect that you're gonna have to go to the alternate games because
Yes.
those games can't fucking stay working. I mean,
Yeah.
bless Steve for at Grinkers for being able to keep these games in such good
Yeah.
repair because they're so. I mean, they're so persnickety at cats. It was kind of the joke was like, oh hey, everybody go play the black and whites now on Saturday because we don't know if they'll be working on
Yeah, by
Sunday.
noon they may be broken. Yeah.
Like quick, hurry.
Nope.
Yeah. Sidetrack
You know-
was a nice alternative. I never played it, but the joystick was annoying on that game.
Yeah.
So,
It's horrible.
Which game was that?
Seemed like a fun game.
The black and white sidetrack.
Sidetrack.
Yeah.
That was a weird game.
Hey Clint,
But,
who got second place in Super Punch Out? I can picture the guy, but I can't remember his name. He was super.
I'll find out.
Super cool, super friendly. We chatted a lot about strategy and stuff.
Is that the blonde guy with the glasses?
Yeah, he's a little stout.
Shorter dude with the
Yeah, he's got
glasses.
gray hair. I don't think he had.
Fred
oh,
DeHart got second.
Who?
Fred DeHart got second place at 279,000.
Wow.
I don't know if that's the same guy that I'm thinking.
Oh wait,
of then.
sorry, that's an older score. Stephen Bode.
There you go. Yeah. Yep. Me and him were going back. That was fun.
Yeah, he
I
had
wish
216,000.
Someone should have. I should have given my phone to someone to snap a photo because every time I was over there, there was a group of people watching. That's a fun game. I got the itch bad as soon as I left that place.
I always said I
Uh-oh.
Domo or Arigato?
Yeah.
You got to see Jim Bodini. He's a clinic.
Oh, Dave, you're
what?
you're struggling with the audio struggle.
They asked me what's on tips. It's Jim
You might
Bodini.
want to restart your router. Oh shit!
It's going to restart itself for him.
Yep. The internet knows when it's struggling. It's like, yeah, Dave, we gotta cut you off. Hopefully, he comes back. All right, so who's next, or who wants to go next? Go ahead. I don't want to
Seabart and
dominate.
Gleek haven't gone yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
we're the noobs.
Yeah, and
that's right. It was both you guys first time there.
You want to go first, Seabart?
Pop your
Yeah,
drink
sure.
of
Why the hell
sherry.
not?
Let's Seabart go.
Do I really have to get up now?
Mhm.
So, first time going to Grinkfest. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, right.
It took me pretty much all Thursday and most of Friday just to get over the fact that I was there. Like, it was such a surreal moment.
Yeah.
let's say.
My response to Seabart, you have more hair than I thought you did.
Used to be covered up by the headset.
It's weird to see everybody in person, like meeting
the first time,
like Bleak or Seabart for the first time and stuff in person.
It's seeing people in person, and also like if we've done NAD and stuff like that, seeing their house or where they live, because we see is like
behind
you and stuff, and so like being at Andrews and stuff, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's more to this room.
And here you are. Yeah.
Where's your GIMP room?
All right,
hold on. Hold on.
Scene,
This is for Necros.
Fucking
I just read chat.
All right, Andrew, I'm doing Molly's next.
All right.
I need
Let's
another
go.
drink.
That's easy drinking.
All right, cool.
Molly, that's a drink.
I'm already buzzed from that other big thing.
Of course you are. You just drank 32 ounces.
That a boy.
I need it for tonight.
Seabart,
continue. Let the poor man speak.
So, like getting hugs from all you guys, meeting you in person was just freaking awesome.
We lose Dave from Buffalo.
He's coming.
Yeah, we lost Dave.
Man, the worst hug was
he got punched out.
We still got to talk about our favorite moment with him.
Yeah.
Well, let's let Seabart continue.
All right,
let the
sorry.
poor man speak.
Well, let the poor man. Thank you, Jared.
All right, Seabart.
So
Seabart.
real quick, because I just want to touch on the hug, because I think who was it? You were standing next to Gak when I walked in.
Yeah.
And of course, I give Chris like big bear hug. It's like, oh yeah. And I looked over at Seabart and I kind of glanced away, pretending like I didn't even recognize him. And I stood like, nah, come here, you motherfucker.
Sure. The biggest hug award, if I had to give one out, would have to go to Buffett.
Yeah.
Is hello hug.
Yes.
I got about a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Buffett's hugs hurt. You don't want to have a full belly of wings. If you
last year
he
he actually lifted me up and cracked my back, and I haven't had that. I was like half the weight I am now. You know.
Did he hurt Dave from Buffalo with that hug?
Squeeze the life out.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He might have squeezed some poop out.
Which leads to another little story about him, right?
Head out like a turtle.
He had a turtle poking when he was done.
Yeah.
Because, here, come here, you.
But yeah,
No, it was really cool to see everybody, and it's everyone is so friendly. Like you didn't hear anybody about like, oh, he was such an asshole, or so stuck up, or there was so much love in that room. And when you talk to the people that work there, the waitresses, they go, it's so different when you guys are here. There's so much energy, positive energy in the room. It's so much fun to see everyone having such a good time, because it's not like, it's like a normal busy Saturday, but it's just the energy in the room is so different.
It's not prom kids.
Yeah, I was on Thursday when we were doing setup and stuff. I had met Alex, one of the guys behind the counter. It was actually his last weekend working.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Working. He's still working for Steve doing multimedia stuff, but it was his last weekend working in the bar. And we were talking, shooting the shit. Man, the whole weekend, that guy took care of me. All I had to do was stand there, and he would just point.
That's right. I remember you telling me. Yeah, you're like, oh, this is great. I made friends with this guy. Yeah, I can cut in front of anyone.
Go find that dude a mug.
Yeah.
Really. Well, was that the guy with the glasses and the short blonde beard?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's the one that gave Bricktop a ride to his.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex was cool.
That guy was awesome.
He was a great guy.
He served me a lot of Citrus Mistress.
There you go.
A little too much on Tuesday. Or Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh, God. But don't worry, I didn't have to set my alarm clock once. 8:30, I got the GAC alarm.
Fucking morning people.
Oh, man.
Dude, I have to say, Chris, I'm a little disappointed in you for your performance at Grinkers. We were all rooting for you. I had some money down on you getting the GAC award.
Yeah.
Well, he would have got it the last night if you were over our Airbnb.
Maybe getting a rental.
Yeah, see, I was trying to avoid the rest. We already had one, and
no.
Yeah,
there's always contenders.
No names on that. Yeah, don't talk about names on that.
But yeah, I had to say that was it. Like I get to work on Monday, and everywhere I look, I'm reminded of Grinkers. So like, my parents' bathroom is gutted now. I'm redoing it for them. So like the bathroom's under renovation. It's like
reminds me of Grinkers.
Yeah,
and
I can see the studs on the wall while I'm taking a piss and shaking.
Yeah. Well, in the garbage can. Yeah.
And then I get to work, and one of our tables has a broken rubber foot, so it just drags and leaves a nice big brownish black stripes. Like it's just like
skid mark.
Everywhere I looked, like all Monday was like Grinkers memories.
Hey, I gotta say this. I never once had to wait to use a urinal.
Yeah.
There was always
it made a huge difference what he did. For sure.
Always one open.
I think it was Dave who was taking a shit or something. He's like, I gotta wipe my ass with like toilet paper that's like touching all this fiberglass. I'm gonna have an itchy asshole.
We need to get Dave back on.
I have to say,
where's Dave?
I'm also a little disappointed, like with the new layout for the bathroom, though, because I can't peek over the stall anymore.
Yeah, right. And check out Super Sterns.
I can peek over the urinals, which I saw your dicks, but like I can't.
Sorry, I didn't
not
mean
one
to
to judge.
It's a matter of fact thing. It's not. I don't have a choice. It's just there it is. But it's like I can't peek over the stall anymore while I'm taking a leak, so it's a bummer.
Bummer, you can't see our dick.
I still see your dick, but I don't see.
Oh, good.
Oh, here's Dave. He's coming back.
I just texted him. I'm like, get back in here.
It's a matter of fact thing.
Dave, was it you who said that?
But it's like I can't peek over the stall anymore while I'm taking a leak. So.
Dave.
What the fuck's up with
You
your
gotta turn down
connection
YouTube.
tonight? Hey, caller, can you turn down your speaker?
Yes.
Dave, can you hear me?
Hey.
Are you drunk?
You need to go out on your front porch.
Open the door. It's me, Dave.
But yeah, so I did everything I wanted to do at Grinkers. Played the games.
Did you have a good time, Seabart?
Yeah. And gave Leo like $6 from Warlords.
Yeah,
I didn't win one game at Warlords. That's never happened. I didn't win once. I got third place a couple times and second place like once. Like, yeah, I'm just going to. It's good to have goals.
Warlords.
I won a lot of money at Warlords.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did all right. I did all right too.
Put an orange whip, and so did who else? Oh, that one dude. That was
the little skinny guy that brought the
Zed's
super turbo board.
Yeah, Zed. Who was your
Egg
friend? What's your
sandwich.
friend's name again? He was raking in the
Egg sandwich.
egg sandwich.
Oh yeah, the guy from Canada, I think, or Alaska. One of those.
Just spelled it.
Those guys brought a fucking super turbo board and donated it to
Egg sandwich.
Really?
Raking it in.
It's like a $300 to $400 board easy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Gleek won a lot at Warlords. He's
Yeah,
like,
like 20, 30 bucks.
Leak.
I played
Yeah.
it all week. It was awesome.
Wasn't that fun? Isn't that fun to play with dollars?
Yeah, it's awesome if you win.
Gleek did a little too much winning there. It's like, hey, Chris, can you break these? I can't fit them all in my wallet.
Dude, fuck Gleek was throwing down coins for dollars, though. I've got
dollar coins.
Dude, I've got like 6 of those fucking gold coins. What the fuck am I gonna do with those things?
Oh, Canadian coins?
Are they loony?
No, they're fucking American, like the silver dollar, but the gold dollar coins. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, was it St.
Give
Anthony's?
me
or
paper
whatever?
money down here. What is this?
Those
coins?
were the only glad things glad I lost.
Dude, those are confusing
Silver
when you're drunk and winning them. It's like, oh, I don't slap a. Wait, I'm putting
Tokens?
Yeah, may as well be fake money.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring Monopoly money next year. See if anyone notices.
Just
People
slap
are
it
getting-
down.
people are getting
Here's
mad, though.
500.
Or it's like putting like a dollar.
IOUs. Hey, that's at least $3 right
Paper
there.
written IOUs.
Yeah, it's like Dumb and Dumber. Hey, that one's $250,000. I would hang on to that one.
Or putting like a winning scratch off ticket, like $1. It's still $1.
Yeah,
From
it's
the
a pain in the
Do
ass
not
dollar.
use something.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait. What is this? Seabart is post. What are you doing? Do not use Canadian coins, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it won't work.
It wasn't Canadian, damn it. It was a freaking American.
Is that what the hookers in California said too?
that's why the Super Punch Out coin mech had problems.
No, that
Yeah,
was
it
on
didn't work all
Warlords.
weekend.
That was a
Nick.
picture of the Warlords coin box.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I need to get a drink. Yeah.
Huzzah.
All right, Gleek. So, what was one of your moments you remember?
Most of the best moments are ones that we can't talk about on air.
After
Actually, are the best.
Does it involve Sunday or Saturday night? You jerk.
Like,
Yeah, I'll be at the airport for 7. Or sorry, for 10.
No.
We want to go to
that was
bed
rough.
early.
I want to hear these
that
fucking
was a private
stories.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Come on, no one's listening.
My son's 18 years old, and I made the conscious decision to allow him.
Yeah,
to
you sure you want to talk about this?
No, it's fine. It's not very often, but when it's a special occasion, I'll allow my son to have a couple beers with me, and it's under safe conditions at home or at the Airbnb in that case.
In a private residence.
So
yes, there we go.
We were sampling beers first, and then he started pounding Coronitas.
Oh, the little ones?
Well, we are okay. So back up a little bit. We'd already been drinking at Grinkers for hours, and then I left with full intentions of going back to like trying to get some sleep because we had to get up early in the morning. And you fuckers were up drinking. All right, guys, let's go.
Don't put me in that boat. I was not drinking that night.
Hey, we got Necros
and
brought them out.
Yeah, we actually got Frober to have a couple sips.
Yeah.
I think he even had some Pliny, didn't he, Gleek?
Yeah, he did.
He tried some Pliny. I brought a bottle of Pliny out with me.
And Frober didn't pull a what's his face?
Oh yeah,
Steve from Albany.
Right.
And Jack, you brought a bunch of beer, right?
Yeah, I brought maybe a couple dozen beers.
Yeah.
That's what you drove out.
Strong beers.
Because I was driving there and back, so it was like whatever wasn't going to get used, I just bring it back home. So
yeah.
9 o'clock coffee. That's all I got to say.
What are you talking about? You're still sleeping. When we came back, it's like 2 o'clock and Seabart's still asleep on the couch.
Oh, that's
he just went to bed.
Remember that we went back to film the that thing?
Oh yes.
And we forgot to film the Dragon Slayer while we were there.
I was going to take some pictures for you, Gak.
Yes, the actual gameplay. Yes.
Yeah, we forgot to do it
this weekend.
But, I've got a lot on my plate. It might take a few weeks, but I'll definitely have a Dragon Slayer beer
I did
pairing.
play Dragon Slayer when I was there, and Steve has the hard ROM set in there.
Okay.
So
Wait, you put the video online. I don't think it's up yet, is it?
Me?
Yeah.
No. It's I haven't had time to do that yet. My shit takes weeks.
not years like Arcade Impossible.
Yeah, so, Arcade Impossible takes like years. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got like 4 videos I need to edit and put out. So I don't know.
So to conclude the whole crazy
that
last night. Go ahead.
No, Gleek, tell the story.
I don't know what Seth was doing, but he was like playing music from his iPod, and we started doing this name the tune like for hours.
So he's done that with me. He's got this vast library of music, and he's actually enjoys 80s music too. And so he'll just play like the first part of a song.
Yeah.
And then we gotta try to name it. You know.
I was like, name your tune. Okay.
Yeah.
Song, we would go.
He'll do it like when we're on long drives, to go pick up a game or whatever, just to pass time. And so he started doing that with all of us. But yeah, so we were going back and forth, like trying to figure out who it was. Right? Yeah, that was pretty fun. Probably about an hour we did that, right?
At least.
And then he started drinking more Coronas, and you're like,
so
that's time to go to
party's
bed.
over.
Yeah. So Gleek had he bought a 6-pack of Coronas, like the little bottles, the 6-ounce bottles, things, right? And my son hasn't experienced much, So he Gleek hands him a bottle, a 6-ounce bottle of Corona, and he has a slice of a lime in the top of it. And my son's just kind of like looking at it and like looking at Gleek, like, what's up with the lime?
Why'd you fucking ruin this with a lime?
Yeah. And so I'm like, Seth, all right, here, just listen to me. I'll try to explain this. Push the lime down in the bottle first. He's like, okay. And I'm like, now put your thumb over the top and slowly turn it upside down, right? To let the lime go to the top. And then slowly turn it back, because the thing will shoot all over the place if you're not careful. Slowly turn it back over, then let your thumb off slowly. Now take a sip. And he's like, Dad, this is awesome. Like, what kind of wizardry is this?
He just getting the best beer of his life. And it was Corona and wine.
It's pretty good.
Like, he just thought it was the most amazing thing ever. Was a freaking slice of lime and a Corona. In a little tiny 6-ounce bottle, even.
Yeah,
that's
pretty funny.
Well, one of them he turned back a little too quick.
Yes, he did.
Feeling
kind of had a premature.
It happens when you're 18.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So beyond that, which had nothing to do with Grinkers, some of my better Grinkers moments was before you guys pretty much got there. I was hanging out with Buffett in the back room, the tech room, kind of watching him working on monitors, fixing things up for Steve. It was really cool. He kind of wants me to kind of help him out more next time. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that you needed help or wanted help, but that was kind of neat though, So A lot of tech guys back there just constantly working on games.
Fucking Buffett. I come back there at one point, and I have like 3 or 4 beers in me, so I'm starting to feel pretty damn good. And Buffett's I made some comment as Buffett soldering, and he's like, "Here, give this a try." And I'm like, "You know that I've been drinking," and he's like, "Try this." And so like I'm trying. He gives me the chassis with his desoldering pump or whatever. And I'm like, "Wow, that's really great. Here, you can take it back now. I don't want to fuck anything up or fuck myself up or whatever." I'm trying to desolder shit, and I'm like, "Ooh, yeah,
shiny."
Yeah, he was cool. You
were not like, "Dude, you're holding it wrong."
I think Buffett knows better.
I smell something cooking. For help. It smells good.
Yeah.
2 more quick ones.
Let me have Gak show you how.
Smells like chicken.
No, Gak, just push him off in the corner and give him a beer. He's good.
You hold it like this, right?
Yes, exactly.
Smells like teriyaki chicken.
Yeah.
Wait, it's me.
2 more quick ones I have is hanging out with Island Pirate.
Yeah.
He had his own little camper trailer back there, and with his wife
and his cat.
He had like 2 black cats. It was interesting, but
they were walking on leashes.
And that was his first Grinkfest also.
Yeah. And then the other the leaving moment, saying goodbye to a lot of people. I hung out with Slick Nick and his wife for like hours, and we're like twin brothers of India or something like that. It was really weird how much stuff we had in common. So we talked for hours on that. It was
they're good. They're good people.
Yeah, Nick and Vanny.
Nick and Vonnie are awesome
people. Yeah.
Vonnie cracks me up too. She's really funny.
She's funny.
For sure.
Yep, very fashionable.
And that reminds me too, the Thursday night. So Slick Nick, it was really awesome. He reached out, I think, to me and Andrew, I can't remember now, and said he wanted to do a surprise.
Oh yeah.
And it was his wife's birthday on the same exact day as Steve, which was that Thursday night, which I think is sort of the root of Grinkfest. Was like Steve's wife said, "Yeah, why don't you have a big party? You know, it's your birthday, right?" So it's always around his birthday is every year at Grinkfest. So, anyways, it was their birthday Thursday night. So Slick Nick wanted to make a surprise, and he got a big, like custom made arcade related cake, had Pac-Man stuff on it, right? So that was really cool. They got the surprise cake for Steve and Vonnie. So yeah,
it wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good times. Yep.
With black frosting.
Always sounds good. Beer and a cake. Yep. I go.
I know.
You need a sweet beer to go with that. Yeah.
So speaking of hanging out with awesome people, Skeleton Dick.
I like Skeleton Dick. Chris,
he was a trooper because I could not
Chris.
stop like laughing and just saying Skeleton Dick, and I did not leave that guy alone. I'm like, Skeleton Dick, and he was when he saw some of the pictures I took, and he's always making that one is the best.
Yeah, no, I mean Matroid, Ben, and Skeleton Dick, Chris from Houston. Those all three, those guys are fucking awesome. I loved hanging out with them. I spent a lot of time with them in the back and hanging out with them on the floor. We played a bunch of Warlords together. Like those guys are fucking awesome. And,
for sure. So I think it was like I can't remember if they showed up Thursday or Friday, but it was like
there he is.
Yeah, there he is. That's totally Skeleton Dick right there. All right, here, let me present you.
There he is, right next to you, right there.
Okay, so you can see Matroid there, right?
Matroid's back.
I think like Carrie's pointing at him.
There's egg sandwich.
So Matroid. I think it was like maybe the second night they were there. There was a group of people talking kind of near the coin machine, kind of near the 720, near the front entrance. And I come walking up and I actually got a good look, and I'm kind of like looking at Matroid. I'm kind of like doing this kind of thing, like looking at him, Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, that's a Band-Aid. Like, look at you see his eye there? It looks like he has kind of a droopy eye.
Yeah. It's a Band-Aid over
That was a Band-Aid on his eyelid. And for the whole day, I was thinking, like, holy shit, what happened? Did he have like a stroke or something? And he's saggy eye or whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can say anything.
Baby.
Yeah. Once I finally realized it was a Band-Aid, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta say something now. Yeah.
All right, you can stop presenting. That was a good.
That was a pretty funny moment too, though, for me. Realize
There are so many good ones. Yeah. Well, then someone's like, man, Metroid must be shit faced because his other eye looks the same now.
Those guys though, I mean, like every year, Metroid's been out there like every year.
Yeah,
Was
from
he
the
at the
beginning? I think.
I think since
I
Grinkfest 2.
swear every year that I've seen Metroid, he looks different.
Mhm.
Like he looks like not just a little different. Like he's changed his whole like look.
Yeah, his hair's a lot longer in the beard now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's like Grinkers too. He had kind of short-ish hair.
Yes.
Like kinda like,
He used to have short hair.
Yeah.
Didn't he used to be a moderator on Claw?
He still is.
Yeah.
Oh, he is?
No,
Okay.
I better watch what I say.
I thought he
Yeah.
stopped doing the moderator thing.
Maybe he did stop, but last I knew,
It's Dave take 3. Holy shit, he's in full motion.
The Drewster was there too from Tech Report or Clav Mod.
Yeah.
Is Drewster a mod?
Yeah, he's a mod.
I didn't know that.
Super mod.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Hey, Dave from Buffalo, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, we can hear you.
We gotta hear your favorite moment.
My wife has been using this laptop for work, and for some reason now it's like just crawling. So I'm on my phone now because
You
I'm like,
look
what
great.
is-
Yeah.
better than the laptop?
I will take this over Roboto, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? Like everything's super slow, and I'm hardlined in. Something's changed, and I'm like, I mean, this laptop is from 2007. I mean, I've got my use out of it, but I don't have a camera for the desktop.
Your microphone, I think, is probably on your laptop instead of your headset.
No, he's using his phone.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm using the earbuds. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
my favorite moment I know what you want to hear.
Well, no, wait, Dave.
But we understand that may not be your favorite moment.
We've got at least two Dave moments that we need to talk about.
Yeah, first one, I gotta. Dave, were you the one that was saying that like the toilet paper is like touching the fiberglass?
Yeah, what would happen is the roll of toilet paper was sitting. You know, they were getting ready to put drywall up, and somebody just threw the whole big roll. And I pick up and I look, and I go, "It's right on top of the insulation."
All the fiberglass.
Yeah, because it's not built yet.
I had to do a quick, one roll because it's like literally touching the pink insulation. Nobody's thought about it. They just there wasn't a holder, so they threw the big hole, just the big roll of toilet paper just in the wall. And I'm like, this is literally touching the pink insulation. The people are wiping their ass with it. I mean, I don't know if anybody thought about it.
You're gonna have an itchy butthole.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in bathrooms, so
we kind of gathered that.
Well, I had two favorite moments. I mean, I don't know if they're favorite. They're more comical. And the first one I probably wouldn't have admitted to, except I'm in the bathroom and I'm listening. I hear Gak, and I'm like, all right, I can't let this go.
I think Crafty Mech was in there too, briefly. Yeah.
So I mean, nobody listens to this anyway, but so it was. What was that? Was that Saturday or Friday?
Friday,
yeah.
Friday. So, I drink a lot of beer, and your stomach gets to be a little bit. And I'm 46 years old, so I'm at the urinal, and I just had too much faith in a fart that it wasn't going to be anything more than that.
I can't trust a fart is one of the best lines the whole weekend.
Yeah.
I'm 48 years old. I can't trust a fart.
46, Andrew. I'm only 46.
Yeah, by 48, there's just no faith at all.
All right. But so I have khaki shorts on.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Oh, this is going to call for an inspection, so we need to go to the private stall.
Inspection police.
I'm in there doing maintenance on the underwear with the toilet paper, and I go, God, please don't let it be on the other side of the shorts. I look, okay, they're good. I take the underwear off. I put them in my pocket, and I'm going commando, and I hear Gak's voice, and I'm like, this is too funny. Like, Gak is in here, and I'm going out, and I'm like, guess what I did? And he's standing with me. He's like, I don't know. Did you throw up? I forgot what he was saying.
I was like, did it involve blood or anything?
Just figured it out. It was you.
And then Gak, you can finish because
So I think Crafty Mech was just walking out, and you were like, yeah, I can't believe you're not gonna believe what happened or something like that. And I was like, I don't know, was there any blood? I'm just thinking he had like a bad diarrhea, you know. Well, he did, I guess, right? and so Crafty Mac, I think, just walked out, and so it was only me and you in the bathroom, and you're all, yeah. Here, this will give you an idea. And he didn't like open up his underwear, but he had it wadded up in his hand, and he tucked it into the garbage can. He's like, yeah, these aren't going back on.
I must have shown up or gone in there like maybe a minute after you left, Gak, because Dave was still in there. And he's taking a piss, and I go in there and I'm like, "Hey, Dave, how's it hanging?" And he turns around like because his back is towards me. And he turns around, he's like, "Oh, dude, you don't even know." And he's like, "Stay away from that garbage can there." It's like overflowing with, like,
Dave was like, I hate to ask this of you, but you know, can you check the back of my shorts? I just want to make sure you can't see anything outside. So I kind of lean down, kind of give him the once up and down. I'm like, no, you're good. You're good.
I mean, they couldn't have been dark blue. They were khaki.
Yeah, they were khaki. Yes, right.
But I can only. I'm like, all right,
bring me my brown shorts.
Brown striped shorts.
I can only roll commando for about an hour because I'm like, all right, this is gonna be.
That starts rubbing up against that zipper. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust myself that much.
Yeah. Might have a take two.
Well, you never know about. I'm 46. I'm drinking
a blowout.
You know, I don't know about leakage. You know, I want to make sure
anal leakage,
or even in front. You know, I forget to tap my dick 4 times. And I got piss drops, and then right on the front.
Piss
drops.
There's a whole fucking
do the shake and dance. There's always something that winds up in your pants, right?
There's a whole different dialect.
That's right.
Oh, piss drops. I love it.
Yeah, I'm inspecting my shorts for leakage and see if there was any pass through, and it did not.
Shrapnel.
Yeah, it was that was that was the number one funny moment. The second funny moment was I've got a few. I mean,
and this was the same night, right? But not much later.
No, I think this was Saturday. Was
Saturday,
it the same day?
Oh, were you going commando doing that shit?
No.
Oh no! Same night. I'm like, oh god.
No. Commando was. I was only commando for like an hour, and I went back.
And, so you had the emergency shorts.
I thought you called Leo to bring them.
No, I went and. He wasn't. He was out of the room.
Oh, okay.
He was sneaking. He was sneaking around.
He was sneaking.
Yeah, I went back and did the whole change the whole outfit and the shorts. But the second favorite moment is I had a few times to just for comedy value, hump. Like I'm so excited. I'm dry humping my friends.
Oh, I forgot about this.
All right, so who here did not get dry humped?
I don't think I got dry humped.
All right,
I think I did.
I did get dry humped.
Fuck, I got dry humped like a half a dozen times.
Yeah. Well, I got one for sure playing Marble Madness. I was kind of pissed off about that one.
I sure as hell didn't.
Clint, to be honest, I would be scared if I.
Yeah.
I think that would be crossing the line. I would
crossing the line.
Yes.
What is this crossing you?
Yeah, the plane of the cargo pants.
Yeah. Well, at least we know you have a line now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dry hump Clint.
Dude, I would get grabbed out of the dark from like some random dark place, and all of a sudden I'm getting fucking behind me.
Sorry, I thought you were another guy.
Well, no, that's what happened.
It didn't happen at the urinal, thank God.
No, this guy was playing pinball, and it looked like Dave Stearns.
Oh, that's
like. And I went over, and I see this girl looking, and then I look at the front because he had a beard just like Dave, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. I just dry humped your husband.
Oh, he laughed. He laughed. He thought it was funny. And then I'm calling Dave. I go, Dave, are you here? Because I want to show this guy that you look like him. And he was he goes, no, I'm at a concert. I'm like, get the fuck back here.
Yeah, fucking Dave. So yeah, Super Stearns Dave from Colorado and Mike Lethergy, Street Fighter Mike. They went to Guar. They were at a Guar concert.
Was playing in town?
Yeah, they were at Guar on Friday night.
Oh, I didn't know.
I had no idea.
Oh, so that was the same night, but I wasn't commando.
So it was Friday night.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
Cool. It's Guar.
Wow.
Yes, they went and saw Guar.
Wow.
In Idaho.
In Idaho. Yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
No,
It was down at the
that's the
pumpkin
kind of
patch.
crazy weird shit that happens, though. But that's why it makes it fun. You never
I
know
have
what
to go. I have to go pee and get a charger for my phone, or it's gonna die.
So I think we got everybody, but Clint, what do you have any notable moments you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, the only notable moment I can think of is when Bazooka went down, and I got to pick the replacement game, and I'm quite happy with my choice of Sidetrack, despite some people's displeasure in. I liked Sidetrack because it had never been in a tournament before, and it was a good game that people could figure out how to play.
Yeah,
weird. Very weird game.
Other than that, I think the only other amusing moment I had was pretending that I had won the championship belt and then flaunting it and throwing it around and going, "What you gonna do, brother?"
How did the belt?
His reenacting his favorite WWF moments.
So did the belt go?
If you throw a woo in there, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
So the belt, Mock, you're
belt
asking.
stayed, right?
Yeah. So this actually started by request from the guy who created the belt originally. Andrew, do you remember his name? Is it
I'm sorry. I literally met him when you introduced him to Steve. That was the first time I've ever met the guy.
I think his his handle is Sid Fisk. But yeah, so he had requested. He's like, you know what we should do is the belt should stay at Grinkers every year and then be put on display.
Yeah,
you know, and what he wanted to do was go back to the first year of Grinkfest and be able to make a plaque with the person's name for each year that have won the belt along the way.
That's good.
And so, we all agreed like that's a cool idea, So then when we were back, we were talking. This is actually before the tournament was over, because we wanted to talk to Matt Hall about it because we didn't want to, make sure he was not going to get upset about it, because he got to take it home. And he, at first he's like, yeah, that's awesome, that's cool, He's like, it is fun though. I do take to tournaments I go to all the time. Like he goes around the ball, and then
sleeps with it. He wears it naked to bed.
Yeah, and then Steve
comes on
like,
it.
He's like, you know what?
Oh, jeez, that's too much.
we checked that shit with Tron. It's all good.
The year before,
My response is you. Yeah.
So what Steve came up with, he's like, you know what we should do is like how they do the hockey,
Stanley
right?
Cup.
The Stanley Cup. He's like, there's a Stanley Cup that stays at a certain location, and then there's a travel one. So we're gonna work on Sid Fisk is gonna make a second belt that's gonna be a travel belt that the winner will get each year. So that travel belt will actually get shipped to McCallister. But the original belt is at Grinkers still, and he's going to be making the plaques to add on to that.
Yeah, he's going to update it. Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool, And then he said he's also going to update to the current hosts of the events and stuff too. So,
Nice.
yeah. So that's cool. You don't want to lose or forget the history, but keep it going, right?
Wait, where do the plaques go? Are they going to go be displayed at Grinkers?
He's going to attach it to the original belt. And then that original belt stays at Grinkers.
Okay.
And then the winner gets a thong that they can strut around.
So wait, so every time there's a new winner, it gets added or it gets replaced?
Oh, banana
added.
The idea is that you can go back and look at all the winners from Grinkfest for every year.
Okay. And Steve was cool with having the belt being displayed?
Yeah, he was jazzed about that. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Because he's very particular with
about placement and stuff. And family friendly. I get it, man. He's got a business.
No, I get it.
A lot of money online and stuff. So, but yeah. By the way, Andrew, I don't know if you saw the text from Steve like an hour ago.
Yeah, I did.
He said he tried to log in or something, and
wasn't working.
He said, "Won't let me press enter on the chat from my phone. Please tell everyone hello for me."
So Steve's watching. Says hi to everybody.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hi, Steve.
Hi,
We miss you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you for all you do.
So what
Funny
other
a video of the spiders game? I think.
Yeah.
That is a fun game. I hope that one will be running next year.
Spiders?
Yeah, it's sort of Galaga-ish.
No, I'm thinking Black Widow.
It's think of kind of a Galaxian / Galaga style game.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's like a spider web keeps going down and a bunch of spiders appear and you got to keep shooting them, kind of like how the flies come down or whatever on Galaxian or whatever. It's fun.
Makes that City or someone else?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
I gotta respond in the IRC.
And speaking of Steve, that's another highlight for me was I really enjoy doing like the surprise stuff every year when we do our group photo.
Yeah.
So Steve, we had talked early on about trying to do something that kind of shows appreciation to the guys who do the tech work to rebuild the monitors and get the games going. So everyone worked together to get those work shirts made for those guys, but then he wanted to do something extra special for Hat Trick, who's been like the main guy that's done majority of the work there since it's been open. There was other people that started before he opened doors, but basically since he's been operating his business, Hat Trick's been like the most there doing stuff. So,
he's pretty much there almost every Saturday when I was talking to him.
Right. And so he said 6 months ago or something, Hat Trick was talking about, oh man, I'd love to get a Warlords, but those are just so out of my budget. And, maybe I'll get lucky and find one someday. So, so Steve wanted to surprise him and actually give him
saying that you could, maybe you could buy one of mine, maybe I can, figure out one.
Kind of playing it off, right?
Yeah. Stringing them along.
Yeah.
So he just rubs it in his face that he buys another one.
Yeah.
Right.
It absolutely was. I was telling Steve. So Steve was sending Chris and I pictures of the Warlords when it arrived, and I was like, "Dude, you need to go get Dave. Make him fucking unload that game for you." Make him go get that shit from like the shipper and have to deal with it too. And then at the end of it, be like, "Bam, that's yours, buddy."
Yeah, he probably had to wrap it in the bubble wrap that he had to unwrap it later.
That just and we should say too that like when Steve revealed that to us, that's why Warlords was the theme this year.
Yeah, that's when it kind of sparked you
yeah,
and it all comes together because that's one of the funnest things we do after hours too is playing Warlords, for dollars.
Yeah,
lick 'em and stick 'em.
And Andrew, talk about the waitresses, how they wanted the mugs so bad and the T-shirts. Remember they're talking about how they loved the.
They were super excited this year about the design.
Yeah,
I
they really wanted one really bad. So we do have to take that into account next year that the staff is going to want a mug. Yeah, and they work so late. I mean, they were there till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then had to come back in at 10.
Yeah, oh god,
holy shit!
Damn it! I
fucking
didn't
man.
get to it in time.
Damn.
Yeah.
I need to put that fucking soundbite on every count now. So that
Although we have Clint on, so we could have just had Clint say it.
Yeah, that's true.
And actually,
The man of 1,000 voices.
and speaking of Warlords, actually another one of my favorite moments, which I'm pretty sure was a Grinkers first, but we had a 4-woman game of Warlords going.
I saw pictures of that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure is a total Grinkers first. So that was actually a special moment for me because it's like, oh my god, let the guys step back, look at the ladies play.
Yeah,
that was fucking awesome, and they were playing for dollars.
Yeah,
like, they were playing.
Andrew both that video. And we're both drunk because Andrew's like, "Get your fucking hand out of the way!"
Well, I was like holding it like there, and all of a sudden your phone comes like dipping in front of mine. You're like, "Oh wait, what's up?"
I know. I was like way in front.
Fucking I'm like.
God damn it, your hands.
And it wasn't like it was topless Warlords. Like it was just.
I was just gonna say, right next year, Lose or Lose is an item of clothing.
Yeah,
it very well could have been later on.
Warlords.
No. All right, so I know that's very funny. But just to step it back to this is like a woman power moment. Like
all the photos are
I really like that.
Yeah.
You posted them in
it's the Warlords Me Too movement.
Hashtag me
bit.
play Warlords too.
Me play Warlords too. I don't know. I mean, I know that sounds all very kind of corny, but like it's still.
By the way,
cool.
I realized why I put because I couldn't remember. I posted that photo that we showed a second ago, or not a second ago, a few minutes ago of Skeleton Dick and that crew.
Yeah.
And I posted that photo. You know, at that time I'm completely lit, and I posted that photo on Slack. And I put #vote, and the next day I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, what does this mean? Like, why did I? And it finally came back to me, and we were talking about the upcoming midterm elections. And because we got on topic about politics, and so I remember I'm like, oh, this is, but I don't know why I associated it with like that. Like the next day, I'm just clueless. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a funny photo, but why #vote?
Right? Like you're gonna vote who's gonna win, or
here I have a picture of all the girls playing at once right here. It's all the I think it's the staff.
Oh,
right?
we must we got all. The only thing that we don't have is a panoramic. Like,
all right, so wait, that's Carrie on the left,
right?
Yep.
Glad you could make that distinction.
Oh wait,
no, this isn't. Oh yeah, oh that's right. This is like reverse. So it's
upper left corner.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
that's Aviana.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, that's funny because that's actually my shoulder and T-shirt.
Is it? Yeah, because she's got her bag on her shoulder. Is that her? Maybe not.
No,
maybe...
no, because she has super long hair.
That's the girl that was with Ken House, I think.
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
That's
oh yeah. The two waitresses
with Amber.
Here's another photo when
Amber, I forget her
a little bit.
Name.
That's
Ashley, maybe I forget.
Yeah, I think it's Ashley.
Yeah.
Well, Amber and Ashley.
But yeah, Amber is across from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Ashley is the guy with the
I've got a photo that's in
back.
focus if you want to present me.
Oh, there we
go. There you go.
I know.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Amber, I remember Amber won one.
There we go.
She was like so excited. She was like, "I've never won before. I've never even played this game before."
Well, that was kind of the sorry. It's kind of the Me Too part of it, which is like, dude, you get a bunch of dudes who are like around this game, like kind of like screaming and hooping and hollering about the games, which becomes
it's so macho.
It becomes an intimidating thing to be a part of, right?
Yeah.
Like let's let the girls play and let them show us, them how much fun we're having.
And they liked it. They had a good time.
Yeah, they'll jump in with us playing, more later.
Oh Jesus, that's loud.
Yeah. Well, that's Grinkers. It's loud.
Yeah. It is loud.
And very red.
And very red. Yes.
Very red in there.
Loud and red.
I will say that the last showdown between the two of you, between Carrie and Amber, was was pretty intense.
Yeah, Amber died. And then but the very end of this, although
pretty good stack of ones going on there.
Yeah,
that's more than $4.
Yeah,
well, I think people are just throwing money down
because
I think they wanted us to take our shirts off.
Yeah, Ken was throwing down more money.
Yeah,
Pillow fight to follow. Follow us.
Yeah. Ken House. Yeah, Ken House.
House.
Carrie was Ken
House in the house.
So who won that game?
Well, if you wait another 30
seconds. They played a few.
There you go. There's two gone.
Yeah, so this was a really good one though because we got down to like
I can't believe you survived as long as you did.
Yeah, because I had a big old hole.
Wow.
Okay.
I like that.
But look at like I'm down to 1. She's down to like 2. It was a really good game because we got our money's worth out of that damn game because we like virtually everything but like 2. Yeah, he had totally. I know. I don't think I paid for many of those games. People kept putting my because I was like I had no money. And it was like,
it's such a good frame that it ends on. I need an 8x10 of that. And that's what it's all about.
Get that fucking off the screen, Jesus.
I was so drunk at this point, I couldn't even like play. I just watched.
I forgot about that. Oh, and I have to. Oh shit, Andrew.
That's awesome.
I got to screen share some more here.
I think it was like 2 a.m. at this point too.
Andrew,
Right?
Oh, at least.
There's your
Yeah, that was Sunday, I'm guessing, right?
Look at that.
Oh God.
Oh, that's
look at fucking Mike. Look at Mike.
Background. He's like,
I know.
He's like, what are you doing, dude? He's taking a picture of you.
This is my get back. Gak always posts a lineup of his beer cans. He's like, oh man, I'm like, post one of our fucking never twos.
And that wasn't even all of them because we had 2 or 3 of them at Grinkers too.
Yeah.
That one night because you brought at least 2 of us had
that was
never twos there.
We did pretty good though, all things considered.
Oh yeah, no, actually we did. We've learned it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right, hey everyone, I gotta get running. I gotta get up.
All right, Keith. Keith's got to get home.
All right.
Thank you.
Later, Keith.
Got you.
See you, buddy.
Everybody tomorrow.
Yep.
Good.
Exactly. Inevitably.
Goodbye. Farewell.
All right, so could we get some answers maybe from the chat if you guys are running out of
There was a few earlier
stories? Right, yeah. So you guys post back up in the IRC.
Yeah,
We're looking for
keep 'em going,
stories
guys.
from there to.
Like Nick said something earlier.
So,
Let me go back. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, I gotta say, I enjoyed seeing Slick Nick play Cheyenne sitting in a chair or trying to play
Oh
Cheyenne.
god! Oh, because it's at such an awkward angle.
Because it's yeah.
Yeah, that was it was painful for me, and I'm 5'6", and it was difficult for me to crouch down. And I was like, I played like 2 games, and I'm like, fuck this. I don't know how Jim. I don't know how you like. Obviously, I do know how you did it because you took that crazy stance and was tripping people. But it's like that was insanely low. My neck. I was like, oh fuck it. Like it wasn't even fun. But so I was gonna say for one of my, and sorry, I was trying to work a deal. Honestly, I got a call. I wasn't planning on trying to get a game, but sometimes games fall in your
We'll have
lap.
to hear details later.
Yeah, we'll see if it works out.
$200 bubbles.
Yeah,
Home use only.
No, but I did have to talk to somebody who seemed like he was high, even though he kept dissing people on crack. But I don't think that really means a whole lot. But it doesn't matter because if I get the game, I don't care how high he was.
69 dudes.
I was working it. So that's where I was. I'll let y'all know. And I don't want to hear about where am I going to put it. Just shh. You don't think about that. You get the game and then you worry about where you put it. That's the way this works. That's how I end up with games. So
I know who you're talking about. You still know what game.
yeah. Anyway, I have one of my favorite moments. I have to say was one that kind of snuck up on me, which was on Sunday. Right? Yeah, it was Sunday, where I actually had a really good time hanging out with Buffett. Walking around playing, he introduced me because I was kind of expecting the game might be, the question might be, what is the game that you walked away that you walked away wanting after Grinkers? Because we've often had that, and or that you were like, what? I really like this game, and it was the Galpus, the Galaga.
That was fun. Where's Buffett? Get in.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We had it. I was playing some. Actually, I might have been playing Forgotten Worlds because it was working on Sunday. So Andrew and I tried to play it, do a little two-person thing on Saturday, and it didn't work. Yes,
it was horrible.
Worlds.
and so but it was actually it was actually working on Sunday, and I was playing it, and Buffett came over, and we started chatting about games, and he's like, oh yeah, I really like Galaga 3, and I was in my mind somehow I was thinking Galaga 88, which I had fun with.
Nope.
And so although shit, I shouldn't be talking about this because all of a sudden now the fucking prices are going to go up, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And I'm like, fuck. So I was like, oh yeah, no, that's a great game. And he's like, I'll play that anytime. So we went over, and he had the magic key, so he coined it up. And but we walked over. I'm like, oh, I meant I was like, oh shoot, I actually meant Galaga 88. But then so Buffett took, I don't know how long, good 10, 15 minutes.
Because I wasn't by you guys. I came
No,
over
you weren't.
way through his game, and I'm like, holy wow, he's just rolling through this game.
Yeah, so he talked to me about about how to play this game and the differences. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know Galaga that well, because Galaga to me is kind of meh. Like, it's okay. I know it's a classic, and I'm sorry for all you guys who love it, but it's like, it's okay. There are other shooters I like better, and you all know I love shooters, but hearing Buffett talk about, like, you can move your guy up, and it's like all the stuff you want in Galaga but you don't get. He was so right, and it was so much fun playing and having him explain to me the differences and some of the strategies. And I played a handful of games with him, and then we went over and played Galaga 88, which I have to say I kind of like Galaga 3 better now.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Even though I enjoyed the Galaga 88, and then just kind of getting to hang out at the bar when it wasn't super loud, so I could actually hear what Buffett was saying. I had I have a lot of highlights, both at Grinkers as well as highlights not at Grinkers, but of my highlights at Grinkers, that Sunday ended up being so special to me, and I would not have guessed that, because I usually think of it's going to be those moments when the event's happening, and to have a really heartfelt special moment sneak up on you like that on a day when it's like a bonus day, where you're just like, oh, okay, I don't really want to have to leave. Bonus. Nice. It made it all the better to be like, I never would have guessed that one of my best moments would have been after most people have left, and it's quiet, and you're in that different environment, and that it would just be getting to hang out with Buffett and learn about Galaga 3 and getting to spend time with him. It was awesome.
What's funny though is that when he played Galaga 88, though, he's like, he hasn't really played it much, and he was commenting about like, oh, I got the impression he had really never played it. And,
right. And I think he said he played it once.
And he was enjoying it. Yeah.
And that was fun. That was really cool. No, that was
awesome.
That was a great moment I was not expecting. Yeah, Sunday, bonus day.
Yeah, and you got to talk with him a lot on Sunday too.
I did, and you could actually hear each other, because that's one thing. It's like the din, and it was like I started the weekend with getting sucked into conversations about, arcade repair and all that, and it was awesome. Right, like getting to be there, like in a way you could be like, oh, I've been talking for an hour about power supplies, but it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is
I didn't want to interrupt your intense conversation, because Andrew and I started a game of Twilight Zone, and we couldn't figure out some of the rules.
Oh, so they're asking me, and I'm like, you need carryover.
Yeah, so
I know some things, but
Carrie and Buffett were in this intense one-on-one, like close together, talking. And it was just like, oh, I'm not interrupting that.
Yeah, totally. We all actually stopped playing Twilight Zone to go find you.
Yeah,
I realized that you were at the bar with Buffett. We're like,
and I said, if you're wondering where we are, we're at Twilight Zone. In case you're wondering,
the ceramic pinball wasn't working very well.
The what?
The ceramic ball.
We never saw it when we were playing.
The ceramic ball wasn't working very well.
That was the power ball.
Powerball.
Yeah, I don't think I ever.
Powerball.
I like Twilight Zone though. That was a fun pin.
That's interesting that you hadn't played it. It sounds like you hadn't played it that much, Mock.
Not really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here. I played it a couple times at like the pinball showdown, but that's
I've
never seen
same
it.
here.
Oh,
it played well, but God, after playing like Carrie's is all modded out, and
the flipper is stronger on hers too, right? When we had troubles,
the main flippers,
yeah, the main flippers, slippers, flippers.
But like hers is brighter, and like there was some bulbs or something out, because it was really fucking dark.
I would say the big thing for mine is I have the gumball machine mod, which is the gumball machine's the same, but it has like a light, like an LED sparkler thing, and changes colors, and it lights up that back left corner in a where otherwise it's very dark.
Right,
I do think if they had
Yeah,
and it always should have been that way. Like that's one that, like the mods I don't do a lot of mods on pinball, but the mods I do, I like to think they're the mods that should have been done in the first place. That if the company would have spent a little extra bank on, that this is what they would have chosen to.
Machine, and there's no gumballs in there. Like what?
Oh yeah, like that's stupid. Right?
Scared Stiff had some
worthless
was stripped down pretty bad for the same reason. There been some mods in Scared Stiff that should have been in there.
Stupid, worthless.
Yeah, those are the to me those are the mods to do. You know,
I mean, I had so much fun with it. I would mind owning one at some point. You know, I know I'm saving for the. I mean, I have the money now for my Monster Bash, which I did put my 1,000 down for.
Dude, like
LA.
Fucking bam, dude. That's
I love the theme of Twilight Zone, and as soon as I discovered the music that plays is actually the Twilight Zone 80s song
by Golden Earring.
Golden Earring. I was like, this is fucking even better. And people are like poo-pooing it. They're like, oh, it should have a better music. I'm like, no way.
Perfect.
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a fun pin. I had a good time with it. I just wish the left flipper was a little stronger. It might need to rebuild or something because Andrew, me, and Jim had a tough time getting up that ramp.
The plunger was
the ball's
crazy.
going too fast.
Was crazy strong. Like you barely had to carries. You can like look at like it's like okay about between the second and third notch you can do the skill shot. On that one it was like barely like before the first notch. Like it was really tough.
Yeah, Jim taught us there was even a skill shot. Like Steve,
I didn't even know there was
a skill shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was. I don't think. I think I owned it before I knew there was a skill shot there. And a couple of little tricks like holding that third flipper up when you go to make the camera shot. Like there's little things.
Oh yeah, to let it get a bigger area to get in.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, because you might be able to make it otherwise, but it makes it a whole lot easier. Exactly, you got a bigger hole.
We had a bitch of the time with the one ramp though. It was the gumball. I think we only got
gumball.
I only did the gumball like twice, maybe.
So wait a minute, all you boys had trouble getting it up there?
Yeah, I had trouble getting it up.
I'm so sorry.
Well, it would have helped if you were around to show us.
Yeah, that's true.
We could get it up with the righty, but not the lefty.
Well, it was like 4 or 5 dudes. Like what we really needed.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You
all been drinking. I understand. It's fine. It happens to everyone. I understand. Okay.
Did anyone have it? Did we drink it all on Sunday? I don't think we did we?
A little
bit.
At night we did.
At night we did.
We got
trying to transition.
So
speaking of which, actually, real quick,
we should talk about that real quick.
A good memory because like speaking of like the serious moment that Carrie had with Buffett at the bar, like so like we went back to the Airbnb, the group of us, Super Stearns and Mock and Jim, of course,
that
Carrie
was so
and
much
I,
fun.
and like so I've never told this to anyone before, you guys, but. Jim.
Oh. Wow, that was super.
Oh my god, dude!
I forgot about that joke. Like,
God. I've been like texting Jim, like in the background, going, "All right, dude, get ready for the fart sound. Get ready for the fart sound." I totally like bring it down to a serious moment here.
I was ready for a punchline.
Punchline.
You're the punchline.
Oh yeah.
So people don't understand the reference of why Andrew's doing that though. It's because we all watched. We ate hamburgers. Ate M&M.
Oh yeah, it's in the movie too. God damn it.
Sorry,
it was in the movie. That joke is in the movie.
Yeah,
it was like you guys. I've never told you before.
We all watched Green Room, the one that Gak gave us back.
Oh yes,
Gak didn't even open it up
because I saw it. Well, no, it's because I saw it on. Shit, what is it? It was not Netflix, Hulu. I think it was on Hulu.
That's hilarious. Yeah, like we were like, wait,
God,
watch this. I'm fucking opening it right now.
Did he just like mind meld with it?
I told you that early on.
He held it up to his forehead.
I was drunk.
I hadn't even put it into the thing. I'm like,
No.
I wonder if I have it on, Netflix.
Chris, you haven't even put into the thing, Chris.
Yes.
Oh, let's hope she's not saying that.
This is an awesome fucking movie, dude. I had a great time watching it. It's like not even fucking open.
Jack's a liar.
Chris, is it in there, Chris?
Well, the funny thing about that too is when he's like, "There's something I haven't told you. There's something I need to tell you," and it's in subtitles because we turned on the fucking subtitles.
Oh my God.
Fart. Yeah, fart.
So the whole thing, yeah. So the joke is like one of the punk rock guys goes, "Hey guys, I gotta tell you something I never told anyone before in my life." And I thought for sure Jim would pick up on the fart joke.
You guys sat there and watched that movie?
I've been drinking.
Yeah, we watched the whole thing.
We drank beers while we're watching it. We're enjoying it. We're eating hamburgers that we grilled.
We spent a long time trying to grill, then we finally grilled.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, those coals. It was so cold outside. The coals wouldn't light.
Well,
we
and
didn't have a chimney.
We might
really
yeah, we didn't have a chimney, and the other thing is, I believe you're supposed to put the lighter fluid on, let it soak for a little while, and then light it. And maybe somebody lit it a little prematurely. I won't say who.
I might have.
Premature. I don't know anything about that.
It might not have even been you, Mock. Might have been somebody else who lit it prematurely. But yeah, so I think that might have been part of our issue, is that it needed actually to soak in before.
Yeah.
Lit.
But Carrie did a great. Carrie is a rock star at grilling, though.
Yeah, those were some good burgers late night.
Yeah, it was good. The movie, I don't know. I like that movie. Did you guys enjoy the movie?
Yeah, no, it was good.
The movie was great.
I had no idea what was going to happen next.
And Andrew did remember to take it out of the DVD player, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I have.
So
we got to pass that along to someone else who hasn't seen it.
I need to get that thing.
Like Gak.
What was the movie that Gak wanted us to watch that you and I watched the wrong one, Jimbo?
Yeah, that was the new
one.
The package.
The package. That's right.
I'm like, I've seen enough student films. What are we watching?
Andrew's like, no. And you guys,
when I
see what he was saying.
Oh my God, when he does the thing that like the whole thing is all about, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
No, that's fucked up. No, God.
Yeah. Did you watch? So you watched the one that Jim and I watched, the wrong one?
I have not seen that one.
15 minutes of agony.
I'm pretty
sure.
So
you guys watched the package that was about the penis, or
the penis one?
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, no, this was a different.
This is a horror movie called The Package.
We watched
a student film.
A 15-minute student film that was.
I'm pretty sure the other one was a student film too.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
Totally.
Ours had.
It's like a low budget.
It's a low budget thing about. Teenagers cutting off their dicks.
Ours had one set. It was
I laughed sometimes.
Two characters.
Yeah,
and dropping condoms in front of women.
I mean, they did a good job.
They did. The production value was good.
You know, all things considered. But
if you laugh, it was a good movie because it had some funny moments.
Hey guys, I never told anyone this before, but.
Nice.
so Glee, go check out the Green Room. That's a good movie.
I'll show you.
Or we'll have to.
That's a good basic one.
After Gak watches it, you'll have to get mailed to. We'll have to mail it to
Wednesday.
Who has it right now?
I have it right now.
Andrew. Okay,
so
you got to pass it on.
I'll send it to Leo.
Oh, I have a file.
Oh, there we go.
So our Airbnb had a sauna outside of it. We never used it.
Oh, nice. Did you guys
we had a bizarre Airbnb.
I don't like saunas. I mean, saunas are about sitting around in your own sweat, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Are you sure you give me a hot tub?
I don't like being hot. I don't like being sweaty. That just sounds yucky.
Oh, that little sauna room. I remember walking by.
There's nothing about saunas that seems.
I don't like saunas.
I noticed like our floor was kind of squishy in our Airbnb.
Oh, that's
because it was like a single wide, and it was like the wood was soft on the floor.
I'm imagining like six guys in a sauna, just like dicks.
Right.
No.
Yeah, pretty much. And with a soggy, squishy floor. Gosh, I wonder how that floor got soggy and squishy with those 6 floors.
How exactly is it soggy, squishy, and sticky at the same time?
We don't ask those questions.
Yeah, that's a puzzler.
It was $60 a night. I didn't ask questions.
That is an amazing price, Gleek.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
scored.
that's a good price.
It was a great price.
Hey,
It's a little far from Grinkers, but it's
No,
still
it was
good
3
price.
miles. It was
that
great.
wasn't that
No,
bad.
it was about a 10 or 15
Yeah,
minutes.
And it's not a walking
And Throber
distance.
was a designated driver because he wasn't drinking, so he
Yeah.
had that.
4
going
points.
on.
I think Carrie and Andrew, didn't you guys walk back to your place a couple times? I mean, you can't walk back to Gak's place.
No,
Every time.
no.
We didn't
Ours
drive.
No, we could have.
Yeah.
No,
it's
2
pretty
hours
far.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the walk on Friday night, but I'm pretty sure we did, or Thursday night, but I'm pretty sure we did.
I know. So I documented it the next night.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
you
Like,
got a
okay,
picture of it.
fucker.
All
Look
right,
at.
I remember.
Yeah.
So I got another moment I need to talk about before I forget. So there was a guy there from the Bay Area he's the guy who won the Star Wars yoke. Jerky, and his name's David. He actually
Half the people in this hobby are named David.
Yeah.
There's about a third of them are named Chris. We got a lot of Andrews and Andys.
Yes, Andrews. Yeah.
Couple of Steves.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I pulled you off target there. Yes. So anyway, the guy from the Bay Area.
So yeah, he was talking about. He's all, yeah, I want to try to do the world record on Tubin. He's all Tubin while I'm out here, and I'm kind of thinking like Tubin. That's freaking game sucks. That's what I'm thinking. You know, every time I've played it, it's fun. It's like a novelty thing, real quick, and then it's just like meh. Yeah, you get 2 players going playing against each other. That's kind of fun. But you know, he's all, yeah, you know, I can basically beat the world record on my first life. Yep. And so then later I had a chance to watch him play. I'm like, holy shit, there's like these levels never even seen before. I mean, there's like crazy levels. Like there's you know, because you're basically just going down a river and there's alligators trying to get you and stuff. But you get far enough and it's like lava. It's like you're going along a lava river and there's like aliens and like dragons spitting fire out at you and stuff. It's crazy. They like really went like total acid trip on the last couple levels. Yeah, it was fun watching him play. I'm like, damn, now I kind of want one, you know. I kind of want one and see if I can get that far. But
I love the look. The funny thing is that that's another game just like Trog that I played a lot on Nintendo, on NES, before I realized that there was an arcade version of it. And on the Nintendo version, there's a gazillion, like that game goes on and on and on and on. There's a ton of different levels, and I would have liked to have seen that because I understood that the arcade version wasn't really like there weren't a ton of levels, but
yeah, I think I can't remember if they call them stages or what, but we'll call it a stage. So in each stage, there's 5 rivers, and then there's 3 stages. So there's a total of 15 rivers that you go down. And then when you get past the 15th river, then it starts all over again, but it's harder. And you get to go through a second time, and then essentially the game ends after going through the second time. So you have 30 rivers you can do total.
Okay.
But he talks about, I think it's like one of those racing games like Outrun or something. Like you go a certain path, you always go left, 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 or whatever it is on Outrun, I want to say. It's kind of like that, he said on the Tubin, that because there's things you have to collect for bonuses and you need to go the same direction every time.
Yep.
And so it was really interesting seeing like he's talking all these details of like how the AI works with the other player. When you get to a certain point, they're just trying to force you to go the other river. And if you go the other river, like there's like a fork in the river, you know, if you go the wrong way, it just fucks up your whole game. You pretty much might as well start over.
Yeah,
if you're trying to get a world record
too, where it's like he knows where the AI is going to come in and fuck with him.
They don't do they in the arcade version. Do they have the warps, like the little whirlpools that if you go in, another?
I think they do.
I don't remember that part
because I remember they had that.
I've played it in MAME to the end, but just using continues. I'm not good.
I'm just kidding.
I would, but yeah, I have because of all the buttons on my crazy controller. But yeah, I have.
Mock plays Tubin with 13 buttons. He just
But yeah, it
lays
does
his
get
elbows
crazy.
down.
There's even like kind of like it's probably not PC now, but they show like Africans blow guns.
There's stages in the. I don't know about the arcade, but in the Nintendo version, there's also there's stages with penguins and like you're in like the Antarctic.
Yeah, that's the first.
Penguins that are jumping off. Yeah, there's penguins that are they're jumping into the river. They get a running start and they jump in. Yeah, I think that's in the arcade as well.
So too. But yeah, I do remember the lava level. I remember that there's dinosaurs and
that's one of those like weird. I just assumed it's like kind of the same 3 levels over and over, but it's not at all.
No, it keeps changing. 30 and there's an ending to the game.
Yes,
an actual ending.
Yep.
Actually, we watched it. Were you there for that? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, at the end of the yes, exactly. And you actually like land on a beach.
Yeah.
At the end of your stage
the NES
or whatever.
has that too. Yeah. Yep. That's awesome.
But yeah, that was always one of those games like, kind of like Zaxxon, just meh, It's a medium res, which is cool, but other than that,
it's got a great marquee. Yeah.
Nobody plays Zaxxon. Did you notice that?
Someone should someone should mod the marquee to be a Ham's beer sign.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
I saw somebody drinking a Hams playing New York.
I did too.
I think they have them there. Yeah.
Who was that, Dave? I remember that too. Someone had a can of Hams.
Yeah, a can of Hams. They sell it at oh shit.
I think it was a heavier set too.
Yeah. I'm like, that guy's.
Well, it doesn't really specify anyone.
That guy's awesome. Yeah, we're all double XLs at Grinkers.
True. Arcade bodies.
Yeah,
just the pan.
It's funny you saw that Hams. I'm like, that guy's rocking.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was like a bronzish, goldish can. I can pick it on. I'm like, Hams.
I was playing
Hams.
Then I turned around and the guy was playing you. I'm like, that guy's got a Hams.
A Hams.
Awesome.
A fucking ham.
Yeah, right. That's a nice set of hams on him.
Oh, 360 plop. There
yes,
goes.
exactly. Yeah, Kaya did 360 plop.
Hopefully he doesn't have any dingleberries, that dog. He's right in your area.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a she, and she has really short fur, so there'd be nothing for a dingleberry to actually hold on to, because you need like long, like my.
Haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, no, actually, and then Zadie just looked at me like, "What the hell? What are we doing? Cool, yeah, here she is."
Time?
I heard we were barking. I'm ready to instigate some of that shit.
The dogs. It's like, they don't understand personal space.
The dogs.
Like,
no, especially not this one.
The fucking dog.
Yeah.
The law.
Another thing we didn't talk about was
wait, I got an idea. What's going on, officer?
Yeah.
So Steve the island pirate dude that came down from Canada.
Yeah,
very funny man. Very funny.
Sailor Sarah, his wife.
Yeah. So he brought down a bunch of games, including a couple of 70s era.
Where was he from?
New in box.
Yeah, I think it was from Canada.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
Exactly.
We don't know anyone from Canada.
Yeah.
I smelled that new in box game. I went over. It smelled like Grandma's basement. It was I went over and sniffed it.
Oh, did you? Oh, nice. It smelled nothing. It smelled nothing of like the barn finds. It's an entirely different smell.
Yeah.
No, it was Grandma's basement. It was very impressive, but they couldn't get it to work, obviously.
Yeah, that was the bummer.
It was amazing. It was amazing looking, because when I walked over, I'm like, holy, check out that fucking TV. Like, how does this still exist? Like, something new like this.
Yes.
Sitting that no one's ever opened. That was amazing.
And it was a goddamn TV. That's the thing. Like it was seriously, the antennas were off of it, but they were there. It was crazy.
It was impressive.
Yeah,
I felt like a dick because I waited for the whole unboxing. I watched the whole damn thing, and then they're like, "Here we go, 5, 4, 3, 2, power on!" And nothing happened. I go, bum 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 bum. I did it really loud too. I'm sure someone got it on video.
And that's so uncharacteristic for you. I'm sure everyone
I know.
relaxed.
I never do sound effects with my voice. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Loudly.
I just went by for a smoke, and I'm like, I gotta smell this. Yeah, this is old. I like it.
It smells better than a pair of clean underwear, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Sometimes I step out into my.
I took a whiff.
Sometimes I step out into my arcade just to smell it. Like it's like I'll step out in the garage. I'm like, it just smells so good. Like this old
Keith and I Thursday. We're like, are you guys? I turned to Keith. I'm like, you ready for the smell? The first whiff of Grinkers. And it happens every time. It doesn't matter how many times you walk in and out of that place. Every time you go back in, it's like,
Doesn't it smell like pine sol? Like it smells very clean. And I asked Steve, and he started laughing. Well, I smelled it very clean. I go, why does this smell so good? Are you pumping something in? And he started laughing. And I'm like, because you have very few. He goes, we clean a lot. I go, but you don't have a lot of hard surfaces. The whole thing's carpet. But when I walk in, it smells like. It's all pine sol.
Yeah, I think it's a cleaner combined with old rat piss.
Yes, I think that's a good combination. Dave, you're very quiet. Do you have your microphone is kind of?
Well, he's using his phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. There we go.
Using the phone. Can you hear me now?
Your microphone on your headset is not working.
Yeah, you're using your phone your microphone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hold
okay.
on.
That's what
I'll change. Hold on, I have a spare.
Yeah. I mean, that's
he's got plenty of underwear. He's at his home. He's at his house.
Like usually, Dave doesn't have to fight to be heard, and this time it's a little more like.
Well, I'd have to say he really does take care of that place. I always saw at least one staff member going around with the lobby pan and the corner broom. Every time I went to the bathrooms, it had been recently mopped.
I don't know what you got.
Such a clean place.
But they are. It's such a pleasure to leave them a juicy tip. There's a joke. Damn it.
Oh, I think they are well taken care of.
You asshole.
Yeah.
Like at any given hour, no, you never had to wait for anything.
No, they were pleasant.
So pleasant, yeah.
Yeah, really seemed happy, excited to be there.
Share of grumpy people at B-dubs,
Yeah,
so
oh Jesus, yeah.
Like fucking 5 and 6 a.m. pouring beers and with a smile.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. They might be internally thinking, "Fuck you, I hate you people. Go home."
But you never.
But they don't. But it really doesn't feel that way because they are like they seem excited to be there and stoked. And I don't know what Steve. Maybe Steve does some sort of magic where he's like, "Hey guys, this is like the awesome weekend, and maybe we really do have great energy."
And there's something to be said about the system being able to just be like, "I'm number 7" or "I'm number whatever."
Yeah.
And you can just pay for it at the end. Like it streamlines everything so well.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best.
But let's be fair, like they wouldn't be doing that. Like this is what the Grinker 6. If people were shitheads. So I mean, like we just have a really good relationship. Like that just works.
The crowd that goes is good, yeah, for sure.
But nobody takes off without paying or something.
I mean, I think that's happened maybe once or twice total, and
but it was by accident,
and and it gets covered. It gets covered. Yeah. It's always by
But what was everybody's amount? I see Gleek. 41. No, that was Gleek.
I was really close to guessing mine. I was like, mine's like around 30-ish. And
mine was like 21, not 41.
21? Okay.
You fucking wimp.
No, that's like a 200% tip.
Yeah.
Right, but given
all about
given that it's it's more than just the tip. It's about the
well, you don't want to shaft anyone.
Oh.
Ow. I'm good. I'm good. That's it. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
But you figure like
I on what I think I would have spent if I'd actually had to pay full price.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Really and
you know what I mean? Because it's like you're getting $1 beers. You can't tip on a $1 beer. You got to tip on. I mean, that should have been a $5 or $6 beer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a still image, and it was just Dave with a Coors Light. Wait a second.
Well, it's the wing. Yeah, I know. And it's the wings on the chest too that are that.
I've had a lot of stress this week, so I punished myself.
Coors Light. Upgraded from Bud Light. Huh?
He's
like
the dragon. The dragon on that shirt should be a little bit lower so that the wings are right over your nipples.
You're looking at
hey, you guys were talking about your tabs.
Tab, I can give you a tab unless you order something.
Yeah.
So can you hear me now? Can
Yeah.
you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
still pretty quiet. I have to say,
quiet.
it's not. Yeah.
All right, it's not the normal. What if I do
Just
this?
push your face
Any
close into the
any
phone.
Yeah,
better?
just like talk right into that.
Just put it right in your mouth.
Yeah.
Put
Is it any
the
better?
phone.
Open.
No, that
open.
doesn't make
Yeah,
any
there we go.
difference. Put the phone
Just
in
hold
your
it.
face.
Yeah, hold it right there.
Just let it happen.
No different.
Let it
Exactly. You don't have to try to force it. Just let it happen naturally.
No different, Dave. It's not the microphone there. It's pulling it from your phone.
It's
you
a
gotta
different
just
mic,
move
yeah.
the phone. Move the phone to your face.
Dave's gonna be like, "Why the fuck did I join this bullshit?"
Dave, just talk. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
We can hear
There was
you.
a guy. There was a.
Well, be
that
quiet.
guy there was a guy, Adam from Toronto, and in the van on the airport, his tab was $170.
What?
Yeah. I go, dude, something was wrong there. I'm like,
Why?
I go, there's no
175.
170.
How do you do that at Grinkfest?
No,
he's at the
he wasn't
airport.
getting the deals.
Yeah.
He was
I
paying
thought
full
you,
price.
no, did you say at the airport or at Grinkers? I thought you said the airport.
No, on the way to the airport in the van the next day, he was talking about his tab, and he said my tab was $170.
Wow.
I go, there's no way. So either somebody with a big group. I was just trying to think of like how could that possibly happen? Like maybe a whole group they were just putting it on one tab and their numbers were close. And they put it on his tab.
Yeah.
And then like Matroid said his tab was like $12, and he's like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
Like something
That
got
guy covered him.
But I'm
Holy
like,
shit, $170. Whew.
yeah, I go, dude, there's no. I goes, well, I bought a lot of quarters, but dude, that doesn't. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That's a lot.
and, something got goofed up. And,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's like I've never. That's like that would be like the record. That would be a different, not the GAC award, but the
Right. Yes.
tab award.
Yeah, my tab was like $30 or something, and I think I tipped 60.
Nice.
So yeah. Oh, hopefully
Mine
that'll
was
be-
48.
That's pretty champion level right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think
That's a
mine
lot
was
of
like
Coors
20.
Light.
Yeah, mine was like 21, 22.
Well, you ate
And
dinner
that was
out
because
a
I
few
had
times.
Yeah, I had a couple sandwiches.
Mine was 29. I guessed it would be about 30, so I was really close.
You were
The guy with 170 didn't even eat. He didn't get any.
See, something when somebody was using his tab.
Yeah, I know. Something went awry there.
Somebody was using his tab. They must have heard his number or something.
Yeah, but
although you could really
how many people?
retarded.
Like what? 5 people? Like, oh, that guy's drunk. Just put it on number 59.
Maybe.
That's a lot.
59.
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey, John was 20 or 69. Maybe they got mixed up. AAWHN.
No, I don't.
That
I'm
was the
just
most
guessing.
I've
I
ever
don't
spoken
know.
to John too. Jahan.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like a mistake. I don't think that's someone. I mean,
John was in. Wait, you talking JAW?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first time I actually had a conversation with him. Very.
He was on the
God,
van
I
with me.
barely saw him. It was like for 2 seconds.
He was
you guys
always-
had to have seen his badge, though, right? That was a good one.
I made between him and Fritz.
Yes.
I made so many jokes. Yeah.
That was brilliant. That was.
I didn't realize.
Did you guys talk
I
about
didn't
that when I
realize
was
how
feeling a
much
dealing?
Fritz can talk up a storm. I got cornered in the fucking by the Whacko machine.
I
Andrew
thought
was
you were gonna say in
laughing
the
because he's
bathroom.
like, "Oh,
I'm just
good, you're
picturing you
here.
guys,
Now
like,
you can
you know,
talk
trying
to
to
Fritz
pee and,
because
like-
I'm going." And yeah,
You know
Andrew's
what,
like, "See you later."
Fritz gave me some great advice in
I
the
love
back
Fritz.
of the.
He's awesome.
I like
yeah,
Fritz.
he
I
gave
love
me
that
some-
story.
He gave
He's
me
good
some
people.
wonderful advice that worked out really well for my life.
We'll ask it next time.
That one.
Yeah. Okay. And then yeah. There we go. The show title that worked out really well for my life. Thanks, Frizz.
Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. It was Fritz's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to kind of tell a little backstory there, early on in the Grinkfest 6 thread, they both had made comments like, you need to make like the badges bigger or the names bigger because we can't ever see people's names on their badges. So like from the get-go, Andrew was like, dude, we got to make them like a huge one. Just
well, I started to think a little bit in the thread, and I was like, fuck these guys. They were like bitching about it, and I was like, dude, I make the names as big and as readable.
It's a standard lanyard size too.
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, they're pretty big. Our badges are pretty big.
Our badges are lanyards. Yeah. So yeah, it was a while later, and at some point, I think I mentioned to Chris, where it's like, fuck these guys with their complaints about the badges. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how I can make any more readable. And then, like a week before Grinkers, I was like, Chris, I'm gonna make those two fuckers badges that are 8.5 by 11.
I'm like, you got to do it, man. That'd be hilarious. So you made them like the day before, right?
I made them the day before, and I laminated them at work.
Yep.
In our work laminator.
Yeah.
And
so then it was, I think it was Friday. You originally you wanted to have it on their lanyards in their gift bags or whatever.
But they were there. It was Thursday. They were there before I got there.
Yeah, they got there before you. So it's like, we got to figure out a way to give it to them later.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we'll figure it out. I was like, let's just go up to them. We'll just tell them like, okay, you guys just work with us here. Close your eyes. We have something special for you. So like they were both standing there with their eyes closed, Frizz and John. And so we put them on them, and then they open up their eyes and like, oh shit. Yeah, it was perfect.
They were pretty happy. They showed those things off all fucking week.
Yes.
Oh, dude, they loved it. It was like showing their dick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen my badge?
I saw both of them.
Sorry, like next year, I think I'm going to go for...
I told you I should have made that joke. Are you compensating for something?
Yeah.
So yeah, next year, maybe a little bitch again, and we'll do 11 by 17s.
There you go. Step it up even more.
Like a poster.
That'd be funny.
I know, like, it's the great.
Until they're walking around with sandwich boards.
Exactly.
But not lanyard. Have like sticker adhesive on the back so they have to slap it on their fucking shirt.
with chaser LED lights around the edges.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I was kind of sad not to see the Grinker sign.
Oh my
yes,
God,
I saw that. I saw that too, Jim. I
wanted to see the chaser lights going around it, and I didn't. And they had those off. That was sad.
Gag explained the whole thing.
He said.
I understand why.
I don't know. I think the issue was because that I made that really like the couple days before going out there last year, and
it's beautiful.
So there's two remotes, or actually one has a switch. The main part is a light switch to turn it on off, but the chaser lights is actually a remote to operate it. So you have to hold the remote like up right by the sign because it's inside it for it to receive the signal. I think they just kind of like don't even mess with it. They just kind of just leave it off.
But that was still badass. Like with it looks great. I love that it's still there. Like it made me happy when I was playing Cheyenne. I'd look over and I'd see it. I'm like, that's so awesome.
It's funny, and he left it the exact same place we mounted it last year.
Yes, I know, with the straps.
Same straps and everything.
That was hysterical.
But I want to see that chaser light on there.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah. But I have to say, I looked at it and I remembered you strapping it up there with those. It was just so much fun. It just made me smile that it is exactly as we left it. Even.
Yes.
Yeah. A year later. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. It makes it feel awesome. A little more. It makes it feel a little more ours.
Yeah. There you go. Nice.
Hey guys, I'm dropping out.
No, that's bullshit.
I know. I just gotta get some
fucking
sleep.
East Coasters.
All right, fair enough. We'll see you next week, though.
It was different in Idaho. I stayed up all night.
You did good. Yeah.
Clink, are you gonna go back?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back to Grinkers? Did you love it?
Yeah, I tipped too low, I guess is what I'm finding.
Well, I know, not especially if we got Seabart giving $80.
I know.
I basically
fucking Seabart. That was the best part. There was also
and the 20 and the 10
all the time.
That was 80 Canadian. He took it.
It's really like $5.
Mike, I hope you understand
fucking
now
Seabart.
after being there why we value that so much. Like, and why it's so much different than the other events. Like they're apples and oranges.
No, it's nothing. I mean, Fun Spot was fun, but it wasn't at Fun Spot where we had the fun. We had fun
After
spot
hours,
in the
yeah.
cabin.
Yeah.
The cabin.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
combining the cabins with the arcade.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it would be,
It's
and let's be fair, it would be different if you could drink in the arcade at Fun Spot. But
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
yeah, go to the bar.
Yeah.
Or they want to go back to Nassau.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's a Grinkers is
So,
just a unique.
What I do is like always
Always rush
your
back to the
first
beach.
experience, you just take everything in and you're awed by everything. The second time you do something, you just like own it. You know, you're like it's like a whole different experience. So I'll definitely be back
For
for
this
a
next
second time.
year, you're gonna be thinking about games you want to play that you didn't play that you saw.
Oh man,
Right,
I didn't play like 50 plus games I wanted to play there.
Oh, there's 300 games there. Come on.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, it's ridiculous.
The show
but you played it well though. That like if you're going to go for the first year, like my first year, I tried to do the main tournament and
that's all I focused on.
And the next 2 years, Grinkers 4 and 5, I'm like, fuck this. I'm not doing the tournament because I want to spend more time with the people.
Yeah, the tournament was very time consuming and
it's
a lot of waiting.
It's kind of part of the fun, though. I still think it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm glad when I do it, but I'm also happy with the years that I don't do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't do it last year.
You guys all kind of dropped out on the Nat tournament too.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that.
But it was less of a dropout and more of a. It was so popular
We were making
that it was it would just seem right not to be a part of it.
So Mike,
I love Nat.
We developed Nat.
Yeah.
And we've participated in it every time up until now, and it's like, well, it's more about the event as a concept, about people enjoying it, than it is about us
and interacting with each other.
It's kind of like it's like being a host for something.
Yeah. You're right. But I was selfish. I never did a Nat, so I had to try.
No.
Well, no, you should.
That was good.
The only reason why we didn't do this, we probably would have done it if there hadn't been so many people.
A lot of people wanted to participate. In fact, a couple people wanted to participate, and they missed out.
Yeah,
they cornered me. They're like, "When's that?" I'm like, "Oh, we already just had it.
It was posted,
Yeah.
Right, but it's so much fun to think that this stupid thing that we came up with that was really motivated by Grinkers years ago, where it was like, oh, we should play, we should have like minimum blood alcohol content or playing with one, with a beer in the hand.
That's right. It was a drinking game.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of like was the origin of this whole thing. That it became the fact that it's turned into something that people enjoy so much, and it's exactly what we had envisioned, which is a chance for people to root people on, to meet new people. It forces you to collaborate and to partner.
I have more fun spectating than I do
I have a lot of fun playing those, I have to say.
I just had an idea.
But it's a lot of
fun. You guys ever thought about simultaneous Nat games and then you flip flop like at the same time? Like you had Frogger and let's say Fire Truck, and half the group plays this, half the group this, and then you just do it at the same time, and then you switch.
Absolutely, Dave. But like the reason we don't do that is because we haven't hit that, and we may be that point where we need to. But like the idea there was that it's a spectator sport. It's that everyone should be around cheering everyone on and giving them cheers and giving them jeers, and that's like the
ice cold beer was perfect.
That was such Brad's idea to do that.
Out of the park.
That was awesome.
So we could split the group, but then you lose the audience.
Well, unless you have two games that are kind of close, where everybody could see both. Like they're in the same area. It's like,
the second game was a bomb because nobody could see what everybody was doing. So
pinball.
It's all
really
about
dark. It's a dark space, and it's a very
and the wall was in the way.
We learned something from that.
Yeah, we learned from
that. With each one, we learn like, hey, this works, this doesn't work, and
we'll bring back blindfolded Frogger.
Blindfolded Frogger.
I think that was awesome.
Super Stearns and I fucking swept blindfolded Frogger.
So we're gonna do blindfolded Frogger.
I will forever.
Well, I think Star Trek's a good learning experience to be like, we need to scope out the location of these games too.
Yes.
It's not just here's a good game, but if it's in some nook or cranny that not everyone can watch, then maybe we need to scrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the folks who weren't there, we had 2-person ice cold beer, which was awesome, and then 2-person the Star Trek Next Generation pinball. And the issue, as you're picking up, is that Star Trek Next Gen was kind of in a darkish corner, so you couldn't like really gather around and root as well because you couldn't see as much and things like that. And that really is the part, like having the crowds like cheer. I mean, that's that. Let's face it, it's a stupid game, or a stupid way to play the games. But it's all about bringing people together and you're rooting for anybody to be successful.
Right. You know who my partner was in Star Trek?
Who?
Whip.
Oh.
Yeah, you're a Whip, huh? Nice.
You're best buddy.
And how did you guys do?
I think I let him down a little.
Oh, well, there we go.
All right.
We're talking about the game, right?
Moving history repeats itself.
No. Moving right along.
It was just a game. I forgot about it until you said
Let me get ready with our going out music segment.
So,
yeah.
But for example, like when we played Medieval Madness.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When we were playing Medieval Madness in Denver, like that worked great. Even though it was in the corner, everyone really could see the game because it was
we could see it
in the corner, and everyone could see it.
It's
And that was super fun.
Yeah, and people could. Well, of course, it helps that we fucking kicked ass.
Speaking of driving,
oh man, I have such a good going out song ready.
So anyway, so Nat, I think at Grinkfest was a massive success, and I think we're going to continue doing those events because it's such a fun.
Yeah, people like it. It's fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's the only chance for normal people, the non-Matt Halls of the world, to actually be able to win something, which is why I was super excited about.
Which, by the way, none of the big.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
Like no surprise, none of the big tournament guys, the big high score guys, played in that.
Because they're focused on trying to get the
That's what we thought they would, though. That was the whole point.
No, they don't have fun.
It's about having fun.
I think it would be awesome to get one or all of those guys involved. Like Kalen, obviously, if he were there this year, I think he would have been involved.
Kalen would
have done it.
Yep,
Kalen's a pro.
So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I think reaching out to those guys to try and make a point to involve them in it would help too, because like we'd love for the audience and the crowd to know those guys as well. I mean,
right.
Just because they kick our asses doesn't make them bad people.
Exactly.
No, that's true.
It's because they don't drink that makes them bad.
No.
No, actually, I feel like
good night,
Clint.
I see he's
all right, Clint.
Clint is signing off.
Toodaloo.
Yeah. Thank you for being our referee for both the Grinkers as well as on this show tonight.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Oh, and leave this pretty side.
Hey, Clint, I apologize for you hanging around while I did not place scores on games. I turned to Clint to be like, no, this is not going to be a big score. Yeah, like he'd be a marathon, like Punch Out or Cheyenne. Like after I'd already put up a score, I'm like, no, this isn't good.
I don't know. Your Punch Out sure takes a while.
Jimbo, that reminds me.
You're like the guy on Pinko, asshole.
You saw that new trick on Marble Madness.
Close. What's that?
Jimbo, you saw the trick on Marble Madness. New this year, right? I think Bradley is the guy's name.
What trick?
It's like on not the last level, the next to the last level one where like the birds fly across.
Oh yeah, where he backpedaled.
You go up that ramp and then just back up a little bit and cut over.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. That's crazy.
I was excited. I saw the last level. I've never seen that. I think we
you've never seen it?
I got a big boner.
Yeah.
I was like,
were you commando at that time? Were you commando at that time or not? Yeah.
Yeah, I was next to you when I saw it, I think.
Yeah.
Good times. Super Punch Out. There was always people on that game, but most games didn't. I mean, it doesn't take that long.
I think I got like 2,000 and change. I absolutely suck at that game.
Well, a bunch of times it was
gave
down,
people
like it was eating quarters. It took like a few times for them to come over.
You know, I was coaching people. People were getting frustrated, and they were like trying to like really shove the quarter down the coin mech, and you have to just let it drop, and it would work for me like 90% of the time. So I was telling, I told one dude was like kicking it, and I'm like, dude, just let it drop the quarter in, and it worked. And I'm like, see, yeah. I was giving people tips like about the game the whole entire time.
The quarters in
on how to get the game to coin up.
No, they did fix it a few times. Like they were there for a little bit. So I'm like, it just
Drew actually, I think his name was Drew. He replaced the entire coin mech, and it worked fine. It was just you just had to not like, if it didn't work the first time, just let the weight of it drop, and it would. It was sensitive, but it would work. I could get to work almost every time, but yeah, it was a problem. It wasn't as consistent as all the other games, but yeah, it's fine.
No, they fixed it, and then it was, I don't think you needed to. You put one score up, and it was rocking, and then you came back later. But I mean, I told him like 3 times. Well, I don't know. You might be right. I don't know if I was pushing it far in, but no, the guy ahead of me, he's like, I just lost 2. And I'm like, let me try. And I'm like, yeah, I just lost 2 as well.
I think we all lost a little bit of change on that one. But the problem I was having is in amongst all my American quarters was one freaking Canadian quarter. So every now and then I go, what the hell? Oh, son of a bitch.
Seabart, what was your favorite game there? I mean, that was your first time there. What was like, oh, I like this game. Is there anything that you always wanted to play that you did play in person and really liked? Or was there anything that was disappointing? Because you were the virgin.
Like Starship One.
So, yeah, Starship One was definitely up there. So this weekend I'm going to try and get Missile Command done so I can move it over a bit. But the issue with my Starship is the monitor is completely fucked. So I have to replace the entire thing because I can turn it on right now, but I'd be dead on air in about 5 minutes from the ozone. So, yeah. But yeah, playing Starship 1 gave me a shit ton of motivation to get this thing going.
Because it's cool.
Oh, it was. It was
got
a little
the cosmetics done.
Yeah, the cosmetics done. The last thing is, I have to test the PCB, so I had to clean off a whole bunch of the ICs. They were just rusted. A few of them are so bad they just had to be replaced. Just looking at them, and a pin would break off. But luckily, all the ones that were really bad that had to be taken out because the legs were just toast, they still sold them. So I was still able to get the 2 or 3 ICs I needed that just could not be saved. So board I have to test, and then the monitor needs to be replaced because
I can't remember. Is that a vector game or is that raster? It's a vector. Okay.
Oh, it's black and white.
Yeah,
It's raster.
It's a black and white. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
so that's like a G08 or something in there, probably.
No, it's what the fuck is in there? It's not a GOA. It's not any standard one that I've ever heard mentioned like 1,000 times. Like you hear K47s, you hear GO7s, what have you. It's a completely different thing. I think is that the Travis, or is that one my spare the Travis? Anyway, I'll look it up. Take me a second there, but
no, it's fine.
There's no one has a cap kit for it. So I had to go through the
email fucking Peter, Arcade Parts and Repair, security 0001. PM him on Clove because he'll make you a cap kit.
It's already been capped. I ordered them piece ordered them from, it was either Buffett or Ian, one of the two.
Okay.
Which is now on the website. In the photo on the website, no, it was Ian. It was Ian because I took a photo of the chassis for him, and he put that on his site.
Okay.
Which Ian, we did for those of you who aren't on Twitter. Ian did send up a update, and it looks like his contractor was a dick, and he's building his house back after the fire.
Oh yeah, I did see that post on Twitter. Yeah.
Apparently, he hates blown-in insulation. Yeah, don't do that. by yourself if you've never done it before. Doing this attic was a pain in the ass. We had about 8 inches or so of
around.
Yes, around. It was a big 8-inch just thing like that in my attic. But I can tell you, that night was the first warm night in this room and my bedroom, because both these are partially over the garage or the front porch.
That's why you just turn your games on. Heater instantly.
Yeah, right.
I'll come home Tuesday after work, and I'll turn on the computer, I'll turn on the laptop, and when I come in, it's nice and warm.
Yep,
Then I'll have like a
that's
2-hour
come off.
power nap. Yeah. I'll have a nice 2-hour power nap, and then get ready to come on air.
Excellent. All right, guys.
So,
Grinkfest 6, thumbs up.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Gets
Thumbs
better
butt?
every year.
Thumbs butt.
Thumbs butt?
It looks like Carrie stepped out. So
Oh yeah.
I wish I was back there right now.
Oh look, I'm still wearing the badge.
Yeah.
Aw.
I just
Actually, I thought about wearing mine tonight too.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about it, and it might have been in the bag a little crimply there.
You have a award you need to put up on the wall too at some point.
You gonna frame that shit or what?
Oh yeah, frames are
exclusive.
The frames are on order. Is that showing up the right way around?
Yeah, we see it. It looks great.
Okay. Yeah.
The man
focus
came.
Yeah, it finally came. Yeah.
I knew there was a double entendre there. Like when you guys were like, "Oh, we're just going to do some silly awards," like, okay, probably the GAC award and whatever else.
I think your arrival was the most suspenseful thing that we've had at an event in a very long time. Like, I wonder, is he really going to make it? And then is he going to... And he was with us the whole weekend?
Right? Yeah.
No, that was, yeah. And me, you, and Carrie getting carted at Wild Wing or Buffalo Wings there. That was hilarious.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's always a compliment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't card me.
Maybe if you didn't dye your hair white.
Yeah. I should.
Steve
I should let it grow out dark again.
Yeah, right.
Well, you guys, I always have fun every year hanging out with you. It always, whenever it passes, I'm like, shit. I wish I would have spent more time with you. It just always seems that way.
Too fast.
It's like too much. I want to play games. I want to drink some beers. I want to chat with people.
There's too many
so
options.
much you can do with all of that, you know.
It doesn't matter how many days. That's why, like, I kid that, but maybe it's not a stretch of the truth that in a couple of years I'll be there for like a week straight. You know?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But yeah,
well, that's also why we need to go there twice a year instead of just once a year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just do a hangout. We're just gonna show. Hey, Steve, we're gonna be here. Don't do any specials. Nothing. We're just here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no reason why we can't do that shit. You guys
I know. My son has said that multiple times.
Yeah.
Well,
he
she's
wants
gonna come
more
out. She's
Corona.
gonna cook us some Mexican food. It'll be.
Yeah.
We'll get a big Airbnb. She'll cook.
You
for
never
us.
take me anywhere.
bring her with.
Chris, you're
Yeah,
not trying to
exactly.
bring me to Idaho, Chris.
Yeah, right.
Are we doing wine tasting, Chris?
No,
Pretty much.
we're doing beer tasting at Grinkers.
Yeah. You can have a pancake shot instead.
Yeah.
Hey, has Lisa had a pancake shot?
You can have a pancake shot in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing as
that
going to wine
rhymes.
country.
Yeah, that just totally makes them wet.
Wet. Oh no.
Oh man.
I'm sure we'll be telling more little trickling stories over the next month. It always happens. Like that.
But for
This is-
now, we should go ahead and wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. It's 11
Yeah, it's late.
Pacific.
So awesome. Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who helped out. Like, you guys, dude, this is a big year. Like, for us, like Chris and I, kind of like trying to get some help from other people. You know, we've done so much of this shit ourselves, and so, you know, we'll get better and better about asking for more help and get more stuff to do. But like, all you guys pitched in awesome, and it was really big help. And
Yeah.
thank you.
Much appreciated, everybody.
Thank
Everybody's
everybody who came too,
All the
because we had a lot of new
sponsors, all
people.
the
We had a-
VIP
Sponsor.
stuff.
Yeah. I
and
mean,
all sponsors.
34 and GAC who do a shitload of crap in order to just get this tournament going. Mock, you were doing some artwork too, I believe. Orange Whip was as well.
Yep,
but you guys
toppers and stuff. Yeah,
Orange made awesome toppers from my.
Yeah, those were really cool.
That's great.
Those were huge. People were scrambling for those.
Yes, they loved it. Like prizes.
It was a mob. It was a freaking mob.
Blake gave me as his prize. He gave me the Cheyenne and Super Punch Out ones. Which was really nice because my prize was actually stolen from me. So that's the one poo of the weekend. Yeah, my Christmas ornament, the Donkey Kong ornament, the little arcade ornament.
Okay. The Hallmark one?
Yeah, someone stole it.
Where was it?
I had my my hoodie, my certificate, and those toppers that Gleek gave me, and I was playing Street Fighter, and I put it on the breakout machine behind me, and then I left, and that was the only thing that was missing. That was gone.
Oh,
and it wasn't a loss of fun. So someone clearly stole it.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
They're like 30
they're like 20. They're still shitty.
Yeah.
There's it's a $20 item, and there's still shitty people.
Donkey Kong abandoned you because he knows you don't like the game.
Yeah, that's right.
If it were DK3, maybe there'd be some hope.
Donkey Kong was like, "Fuck you."
Right.
I think it was Pingo Dude. No,
I think Sid took it.
Yeah. You melted it with his breath.
So here we are handing out a hat.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good times.
Sorry to poo-poo.
Thanks everybody.
We already kind of like started saying our goodbyes, but
Yeah, and I lost my internet. Sorry, that's why I was like.
Well, I'm glad you found it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I looked under
Stop
separate
watching
cushions.
porn at the same time you're on air. That won't happen. That's why I come so clearly now. Because I stopped watching porn at the same time.
If things are awkward next week, you'll know why, Seabart.
Yeah, exactly. It's all the porn.
And here's hoping that the new people are going to come next year too.
Yep.
I think they probably will. They all seem to have a good time.
For sure.
It's a good track record. How many people have been like, "Wow, Grinkers sucks. I'm never coming back."
No one ever.
Nobody ever.
Said no one ever, right? Yeah.
If they did, it's because they don't like arcade games or something.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's usually maybe the wives.
Well, I mean, Andrew and I did kick Matt Hall's ass at a couple things. So I mean,
yay for our side.
We yay for the normal guy.
For the commoners.
Hear that, Matt Hall? Your place
exactly.
sucks. No.
The arcade commoners triumphed.
All right, take us out.
Yeah.
Take a song.
Go, Mock, go.
I know Gak usually talks us out. Says, welcome, Slick Nick and 8-Bit.
Yeah. Oops.
Develope, Necros,
Develope,
Nashville,
Gus,
Gary.
That's more than 10 seconds, damn it.
Yep. All right.
Gary, Brian Prober. Yes, Brian, the shirt's been awesome. Thank you so much. A stream of 10 second songs here.
Yeah, we're just gonna be live forever.
Dave Lope, of course.
I'm not gonna stop.
Oh, all right, I'm taking us out. Hi, everybody.
Bye. Good night.